All right, I'm having a look. I'm going to try the hood.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, g'day guys. Who we got there? We've got Dribbler, Cedars, Woodsy, Cash, Wizard King. Okay, we're just gonna sit. Hey, Milky, how are you, mate? So, tonight, just know we go live on Saturday night. Oh, it depends. I'm random as fuck. But tonight we got a gentleman, Jeff. He goes by the YouTube handle Fito1, and he's got a great story. Not a great story, but he has a workplace injury story, and then he's got his struggles, and he's got a story that he would like to share, where I think some people may be able to relate, may be able to get strength, inspiration through what Jeff's gone through and his experiences. So, but last night, guys, just before we just want to talk a little bit, get a few more people in here. We'll see who turns up, Jeff, before I get you to tell your story, mate. And
can I just say quickly, Sarge?
Yep.
If anyone can quickly just 5 minutes out of your time, any time throughout this week, next Friday, I've already booked in the live. We'll talk a bit more about the charity thing.
Yep.
I believe we had Mates for Mates. Spud said the one in Queensland he mentioned. Woodsy did have another one. I can't fucking think of it right this second.
Yeah.
There was a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the names for the belts, if you want to be a part of writing your name on this strap, just because we need some to nail down the locations of where we're sending it. That'd be sick.
Yep. Fucking know.
Ethan, mate, Cash.
Yeah, hey, under the blood red sky. G'day, mate. How are you? Good to see ya. Jules, how you going, brother? Okay, so we'll probably just crack it. We've got 17 in the house now, so we're starting to roll in. Okay, Fisho, mate. So tell us a little bit about yourself, mate. tell us your story, brother.
Okay. All right. 53. Had a workplace accident when I was 30. For 24 years, I sunk into pretty serious PTSD conditions. And in the last couple of years, I've snapped out of it. Sarge, you just want me to roll straight in from the beginning now, or?
Mate, let's go. I'll steer you and ask the questions that I think I need, mate. You just let's go, brother.
All right, let's go. Anytime you got to stop. Anybody ask any questions? I can't quite see the chat yet, but if anybody's got any questions or anything or want me to stop for anything, just let me know, okay? It's all good, brother. All right, I'm going to roll with it. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. Thanks for welcoming me, everybody. Thank you very much. All right. So I got to 30, been knocking around, had a couple of jobs, doing the normal shit, play a bit of sport, getting on the drink, going out, having fun. Got a good job at Qantas, started there as a casual, got a position to go full-time. When you go full-time at Qantas means that to travel on an airline for Qantas, you only pay 10% of what anybody else would pay for an airline ticket. And the only downside is you're on standby. So really good little benefit there. Shit money.
Yep.
But that benefit alone is worth everything. So it was worth going there. Anyway, get a job operating an autoclave.
How old are you here, mate? How old are you now? When you get the opportunity? No, when you take this job. How old were you when you took this job, when you got this awesome opportunity with Qantas?
30 years old. 30 years old. Okay. I had a girlfriend, was setting up to start a life together. Just in my prime, moving real well, testosterone levels at maximum, everything's going great. Anyway, turn up to work one day, walk into the room where I was a machine operator, operating a thing called an autoclave.
Right.
There's the
That's
picture there. So what that machine does is it usually sterilizes things, right? So all the international rubbish, when it comes off the plane, has to be cooked and sterilized before it goes to landfill in case there's any germs, bugs, seeds, shit like that we don't want here in Australia.
Right.
So the steam came in at about 260, 280 degrees.
Ooh, that's
and
hot.
the pressure that built up, damn hot. Touch it, say goodbye to you. It's going down to the bone. So then the pressure was about 360 psi, if I remember. So pretty high pressure as well. Okay. So anyway, my saving grace for me being blamed for anything, firstly, is it's an automated machine. So I would load it full of rubbish into this bin, and then I'd push a button and a process would start, and the machine would push the bin into the autoclave. Yep. Then it'd seal the door, then it'd start cooking. So I'm at the control panel. It's probably 10 minutes into a 1 hour cook. And everything goes up to temperature like normal, pressure's normal, can watch all the graphs, see how it's going on. Next thing, it starts spiking from really low pressure to mega high pressure. And then it'd go normal, then it'd do again. I thought, all right, this ain't right. I might have to stop this here in a minute. And if you have to stop a cook, it's a long process because quarantine's involved. So everything has to be done by the book. So the thing is to try and avoid not having to recook something. So anyway, I give it a chance to sort itself out. It doesn't sort itself out. I go, all right, I'm probably going to have to stop this in a minute. As I think that, the door seal breaks or comes loose or does whatever it does, and it starts pissing steam out of the doorway like you wouldn't believe. Now,
right. So what's happened?
Shit, that's not very good.
Hang on a sec, Jeff, mate. Let me just ask you a question. Yep. So you've seen it started spiking on your like electrical panel board there, so you're thinking, what the fuck's going on? And then what happens? Did that clave on that door on the end of it, did that seal break, or what do you think happened there? What was going on, you think, mate?
Well, what happens is where the door touches the main part of the vessel, there's a groove in there, and there's just an O-ring, a rubber O-ring in there, and that does all the work, right? So They don't know, but they reckon that O-ring broke, right? So then the seal's gone. There's no seal there anymore. So it's metal to metal, and it can push itself in and out. So that's how the steam. That's how I'm assuming the steam came out. Yeah. So anyway, as it was pissing out steam, I'm like, oh fuck, that's not very good, right? And it's like the loudest kettle you've ever heard in your life, and the pressure coming out and the way the steam was forced out is like pretty confronting. It's probably only about a metre away from me. Where the control panel was to the opening of the door. And I was on the side of it. So I was in a spot where I was like, luckily they had the control panel and they did, that I was just out of the way. But it's a stupid spot to have it because it's too close. So anyway, I go, righto, I'm going to push the emergency stop button. This is all. So as the steam come out, this all now happened in 3 seconds. It feels like a lifetime happened in 3 seconds. So steam's released. I go, fuck, that's no good. I go to push the emergency stop button. As I do that, I sort of crouch down a bit behind the control panel. As I push the emergency stop button, it goes from pissing out steam to sucking everything back in. That's when I shit myself and went, oh, my God. And I pretty much knew. I thought, well, that's going to blow up. Right? And sure enough, without me even thinking that, it just went kaboom. Now, in 1 second, it absolutely destroyed every bit of machinery in the room. The door of the machine weighs 1.8 tons. It flew 30 metres across the room. hit the prefab wall and made a beautiful spiderweb crack imprint on the wall. Then it bounced back, went through a garbage compactor, sheared it straight in half, bounced up onto the level I was at. So I was on like just like a 2 foot high mezzanine level, went straight through the guardrail. And then just as that happened, lucky I heard it happening and I was looking that way, that I seen it come rolling at me through the steam. And I said to myself, and I'll never forget it, I said to myself, if I just face that, I am not going to let this thing take me out. So I actually stood there like I was going to have a fight to take it on. And if it hit me, it was just going to knock me over. I was never going to stop it. And luckily it rolled like a 20-cent piece. I lost its momentum right at my feet. And I stopped and just watched it roll around. You know, you drop a 20-cent piece and it doesn't hit the edge and it just sort of rolls around. Did that. Yeah, exactly like that. And then so it fell at my feet, and then everything was settled down. And that's pretty much the after effect. So all that just happened in like 3 seconds, so fucking fast. But to relive it, it's such a long period of time, that 3 seconds. It's like, and I see what they say when time stops when shit like that happens, and I can see that, and it goes slow. 100% can see it. That blue thing there, if you go back to that other photo, the blue part is the door, and that there's a bar that goes up to the top. That's the hinge, so that door opens upwards. And that's how they load it, and then they'll close it. So in between that door and the whole vessel was just a simple O-ring, a rubber O-ring that went around it. And that actually was the thing that seals it up.
And that fucking blue, that blue fucking that blue lid there at the end, that fucking 1.8 ton?
Yes.
That blew 30 fucking meters through a concrete fab wall, hit what went through a fucking railing. And then went through a garbage
compactor. The track was like this railway track with like a little bulldozer on the end that pushed the like the tub inside the machine. It sheared straight through that. Right, so it's these big square bits of metal. I don't know what size, maybe like maybe 200 by 150, something like that, right? So fairly big bits of square steel, and just sheared straight through them like it was a bit of paper, and then hit the guardrail, which isn't that much, but it just sheared through that as well. And I heard that. I didn't see it. I heard it. So when it flew off the door, it was like before it hit the wall. So when it travelled that 30 metres, it was obviously spinning around out of control as it travelled towards the wall. When it hit the wall, it came back 25 metres, but it took out everything on the way.
Jeff, let me ask you, brother. So this is happening. The place is just detonated around you. What physical injuries did you get burnt from the steam? Did you get some shrapnel from the door? Did you what the fuck was going on, mate, there? It would have been hectic.
Well, of course, where I was working, it's a catering centre, right? So they make all the food for the planes, and then they service the planes. So they put the food on, and they also clean out the food. So they do one end, they do both sides of the operation, right? So they do departure and then arrival of a plane, right? All overseas. So it's anyway, I walked out of there, brother, with a piece of Chinese newspaper stuck to my hair net that I had on that I had to wear. That's all that happened to me. Now,
holy fucking shit.
Now, I walked out of the room stunned. I didn't even know at this stage. And someone just mentioned it to me not long ago with me describing some other things. They go, you just went straight into shell shock. And I went, oh, okay, well, I never thought of that. And I thought, oh, okay, I can see, I can see I was in shell shock straight away. So I walked out of the room, right, and I was at the back of this massive building. It's just a massive kitchen. Now, inside the main building was 500 staff at the time. They'd only just been half an hour into the start of their morning shift. Now, the fucking pricks Didn't even come out and see if I was okay. They all knew what had happened from the explosion and the noise and where it come from. They didn't know what had happened, but they knew something major had happened. All 500 of them motherfuckers fucking evacuated themselves and went the other way, and not one cunt come to see if I was alive. I actually walked through the building, and I've never walked through the building before with no one in there. And I'm looking around going, these cunts just save themselves, right? Maybe I would too in that situation. I don't know.
Right? It would have felt lonely.
I felt very lonely straight away, bro. Straight away. But to this young Arab guy who was an engineer there, and he used to work on all the trucks, and I discussed with him many times about them doing some things with the machine that we didn't quite agree with. And he, to his credit, he was the only one that came down. And he's like, Jeff, are you all right? I went, yeah. I go, see, we talked about this. And he's like, fuck. He's going, come down here. I go, bro, I can't go back down there. I don't want to go anywhere near that. He's going, what happened? I go, I just blew up, bro. He goes, what's it look like? I go, I don't really know what it looks like. I go, I know the door come back and nearly took me out. And to his credit, he's a really nice bloke, really fucking top bloke. I just was like, you know what? He was a few years younger than me, and just really good-hearted that the words he gave me then, I sort of didn't feel quite as lonely then. I still felt lonely, but I was like, oh, well, you know what? You know,
somebody gave a fuck, mate.
Someone actually did give a fuck, right? And I thought, yeah, well, that's pretty good, you know. So anyway, I went through the building. I went to the day shift manager's office, and I went, that fucker just blew up. He didn't even really say anything, right? And I'm like, I walked back out of his office, and it's near the front door, and I walked outside, and everyone's out there, they're all looking at me like, what the fuck did he do? And then Jeff, someone said to me,
Jeff,
yeah.
Let me ask you, mate. So, do you think these motherfuckers were starting to turn the situation to make he's done something wrong to make this happen, that's on him? Or were they like, holy fuck, there's an accident and we have a fucking staff member that's fucking hurt? How did that feel, bro?
Well, okay, let's go through two parts. So the staff themselves, right, they're just like me, just dummies, just going to work, right? But what normally happens is, we all know in society, they prejudge a situation thinking they know what they're talking about, and they have an idea of what's happened, but they have no idea. None of those 500 people would have a clue what was going on in that room. They've never ever seen in that room before in their lives. They would have no idea.
They have no idea. Don't give a fuck. Right.
Yeah, so it's just that human nature. Like, they're casting dispersions, and I'm thinking, you cunts don't even know. You wouldn't have a clue what that room even looks like. But you know, I seem to swallow that. But it made me then wary of how people are, and it confirmed already at 30 years of age. Then what I already knew, it then confirmed how people can be. So then I think, as my doctor and also some of the psychs I've used had said, that they were then straight away into let's mop this fucker up and hide it as best we can. So that's how the management was. So I'm assuming when I went to the day shift manager and said that, he'd worked there for a long time, I'm assuming that they may have had a predetermined plan. If something happened, how they're going to mop it up and less their liability and shit like that. And which I then discovered, I think that's exactly what they did. And I have discovered in the last year, 100% that's what they did. Those cunts left me hanging badly.
Oh, mate, Jeff. So I think that fucking day manager, bro, it's on him. Obviously, you come into him, it's on him. He's like, fuck, I need to save myself and my job. This guy's new. Yeah?
Yeah. But see, I'll tell you something though, right? I think that you'll find that the day managers had no idea about that room as well, right? And I think they may have been a bit ticked that they wanted to on their shift is have control of that room as well. Not to come in and call the shots, but just that's part of their job, is to actually manage the whole property, not just parts of it. So I think that maybe he was a bit like, well, I don't know what goes on in that room, so I think like he was a bit of a prick, but maybe so you know where I'm getting at, Will? It's a bit hard to explain what I think of him. Yeah. Sarge, you may look at it completely different from the roles you've had in your life, right? But I just trying to be fair, like, and not try and judge the bloke, right? Because I definitely am a very good at judging people now, let me tell you, unfortunately. So anyway, after I spoke to him, I walked out the front, the pre-judging started, then every rescue, ambulance rescue, fire rescue, police rescue, all turned up. They were all out there. They asked where I was. I wasn't going anywhere near it. Next thing, this young fiery come out, real young bloke, come out with the oxygen. And he come out and he was shocked, right? I walked out there with not one fucking injury, bro. Couldn't believe it. And he couldn't believe it because he'd seen what the devastation was in that room. He's gone, is that you in? He's gone, were you in there? I go, yeah, 100%. He goes, well, actually, we can see your footsteps in the dust where you walked out. He goes, come over here. I said, bro, there was a lot of stuff insulated. And I don't know if you know, they use that foil insulation, and on the inside of it's got that bright yellow fibrous stuff in there. The whole room was glistening of that fibrous stuff. It all broken up in the air. So it was all like these little fibers everywhere. And I said to him, bro, I go, I'm a bit worried how much of that shit I've just ingested right into my lungs. He's gone, come here, get on the oxygen. He goes, get down. And I sat down, and he sat down with me next to me. And as the staff, they were called to go back inside, and cunts were saying some things on the way back in. I can't remember, but I remember, and he was looking at him, and then he goes, come here with me. And then he pulled me up and he took me inside, and we went into the manager's office, back into the day manager's office. And he goes, I'm getting the ambos. He goes, they're just coming in now. Then they come in, and then they check my vitals, and they go, your heart rate's really high. He goes, we're going to take you to hospital and give you a check out. And the day manager went straight away, instantly went, no, we'll send him to our doctor. And they looked at him in shock, and they were like, looked at each other, and the ambulance officers looked at each other, and they were pissed off, bro. And then they walked out. Then they just walked out. I've never ever seen them again, right? So then within half an hour, I went to the doctor. I went to their doctor, and I wish I was more with it then. I think they really started to set in that I didn't put my foot down and went, yeah, fuck yeah, take me to the hospital. So I just was sort of just trying to deal with it, or just trying to comprehend what just happened. So anyway, I go to their doctor.
Oh, you would have been in fucking shock, mate. You would have been in shock. You would have been in shock,
yeah,
mate. You'd just been in the middle of a detonation.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, though, Sarge, I had no idea, though, right? So I sort of, the cloud had already set in, the confusion had set in, but I was still a bit focused, right? So but I was very slow to think. So how could I explain? You know what? When you get some really, really good weed, and you go, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to get super smashed tonight. So I just fucking doze off to sleep whenever I want. It sort of was that sort of mindset, right? So very clouded and a bit slow with trying to work out what was going on. So yeah, definitely. And I look back now, as I said, someone told me about shell shock about 6 months ago, and I went, oh fuck, I can really see all the steps of that. I think that the fucking staff judging me and saying shit, and the duty manager doing what he did, the day manager doing what he did, and then him rejecting the ambos, and me looking at the ambos, and they got the shits because they're like, who the fuck are you, day shift manager? That I think I then was sort of just like 1% was realising that I was in a bit of shell shock. But it really kicked in at the doctors. So they drive me to the doctors. This sweet old lady drives me. She's going, you all right, love? And she goes, what happened? And I was like, I just blew up. She goes, oh. Anyway, get in there. I have to sit in the waiting room. Don't sit there long. And then I now know, and I felt it, but didn't know what it was, is then the next part of the shell shock kicked in, where it really started to kick in. I was like real fidgety, Seemed to be nervous. My mind was starting to race really badly, and I was probably only 10 minutes in the waiting room, and then obviously it already grabbed hold of me by then. And so I go into the doctor's and I sit down, and he doesn't check anything. He's going, "Oh, what happened?" I go, "Oh, the machine malfunctioned or did whatever, blew up." Anyway, I can't really remember some of the things he said to me, but I expressed to him, I go, "Listen," I go, "I pretty much don't want to be there, and I don't fucking trust any motherfucker in there. I gave him my life, and this is what they done to it," type thing. And I'm assuming he's then trying to mop up too, because he's the fucking Qantas doctor, right? So he's in mop up mode straight away. He says to me, "Yeah, I know." And I thought, what kind of a fucking doctor are you? When he said this, he goes, "Listen," he goes, "don't you think you're bunging it on a bit?" He goes, "I go out in the middle of nowhere in the Flying Doctor plane," and he goes, "I go and pick farmers up that have dragged themselves across the paddock for 3 days after they cut their leg off." He goes, "How do you think they go?" He goes, "You haven't got any injuries." Well, what about the brain injury, motherfucker? But that's besides the point. And
Look, see,
so
I just want to say, Jeff, I just want to say something there, mate. That's fucked up, because now that doctor is comparing and putting it on you, saying you're a fucking weak cunt. That's what he was just saying then, bro.
Yeah.
Saying, "Look, this guy here,
that's exactly what I got
across the fucking outback for 3 days with a leg missing. Go get fucked." You know what I mean? Like, he's doing and you know what? Mate, I can't see your physical injuries, so you're full of shit. When the fucking mental injury is the worst, because it's fucking broken, but nobody can fucking see it, mate. You know? So what's wrong with you? What's fucking wrong with you? Why aren't you burnt? Why aren't you shrapnel? You know what I mean? But it's in here, so I just want to point that out, bro.
And you know what? That's how I took it too. I thought it was like he said to me, "Ah, you fucking weak ass pussy," right? That's how I saw it, right? And I thought, "You fucking son of a bitch." So before I even finished that sentence, I actually didn't even like stand up. I actually just from a seating position, he's leaped his desk, and I remember it clear. And like I don't even know where this come from, right? I somehow, in the process of me leaping his desk to jump in his lap, is I've grabbed his phone off his desk and had the handheld, and I cracked him in the side of the head, fucking pretty hard. Straight, and then I go, "What'd you say?" And then I just got up and walked out of his office, right? And he followed me out. And as I got in the reception, I go, "Get fucked, you motherfucker." And there was heaps of people in there, and they all just shit themselves. And I just walked out, and then I went outside, and I was fucked because my lift had gone and I didn't have a phone, and I just made a massive scene in there. I'm like, hang on a minute, I'm fucking stuck outside this doctor's office. How do I fucking go from here? Anyway, I rang work. I think I went next door, and I had to look up the number, and I found that I got the bloke to help me, and I found the number, and then I rang work, and they come pick me up. And then I get back to work, brother. And then I'm really starting to. So after that little altercation, I'm really pissed off now, right? I haven't even got pissed off yet. Now I'm like, I'm fucking pissed now, right? These cunts are fucked. Firstly, no one come to my aid. Then this cunt doesn't fucking believe me.
Right? Putting assumptions on you, mate. Making you fucking.
And I hadn't even thought about them. I hadn't even thought about them mopping up the incident and trying to fucking sweep it under the mat. I hadn't even thought. That was the last thing on my mind, right?
Of course.
So I go back to work then, brother, and then fucking I go in the lunchroom. They used to have a good lunchroom, right? They put on like 3 meals a day. So I was actually started putting on too much weight there because I was fucking eating like a king every day, right? That was another good benefit there. And anyway, I went in the lunchroom, and I went and grabbed the meal, and it was lunchtime for most of the staff. And I went and sat up in the back corner of the canteen, and everybody's like looking here and there and talking and carrying on, and just sat there stunned in silence. Then another guy I know come and sat with me and goes, "Jeff, you all right?" I went, yeah. And just talked. And we didn't even talk about it. We just talked about general shit. He was actually pretty good. He sort of was trying to take my mind off what was going on.
Right.
Anyway, some big manager then came into the lunchroom and goes, "Oh, listen, work covers here. You've got to come in and have a meeting." I went, "Oh, yeah, okay, no worries." So I walk into this boardroom there in upstairs in the office area, and they got all the big wigs of Qantas there, all the engineers, and work covers at the end of the desk, and in between me, I'm at one end of the desk, he's way up the other end, and in between's all these big wigs. And he wants me to tell him what happened with all these people here, that I can give them the hint on what's going on, right? So I'm like, well, what can I fucking say here? So I just said how it was. I go, listen, bro. I go, it started malfunctioning. It was showing me shit readings. It was spiking from, it had no pressure to then it had fucking double the pressure that it should have. And then I said, I tried to let it settle for a minute. Then it leaked steam. Then I pushed the stop button and then all hell broke loose. He didn't ask too many other questions after that, right? And he goes, "Oh, okay, that's all right. Okay, you can go now." And I left, and they were all still in there, right? So they're in mop-up mode. And this motherfucker, I think, this motherfucker from work cover, helped them mop it up. Now, let's just take into consideration at this time, our great Mr. Al Bozo is he's just taken on the Ministry of Transport, so he has Qantas under his wing. That's when he started getting his little extra tickets and all this shit, right? So this will come in later as to how it is now about Mr. Albanese. So anyway, then well, it makes me now join a lot of dots. But so then I go back in the lunchroom, right? So I see the manager, my direct manager that was in charge of that building, and it was his little project to bring in this new machine and set it all up and that. Now, I didn't know yet, I think that either he left or they sacked him on the spot, or they probably paid him out and to shut up and leave. But he was sitting there, it's the last time I ever seen him, and he's there with all these big chefs from all around the world that work in that kitchen, and they actually control the whole building. Like, the chefs are more boss than the general manager, because they have an important job to make sure all the food's there, no one fucking dies or gets food poisoning. And so anyway, they're all there at the desk with him, and I remember I walked past him and he's just staring at me with this fear on his face, right? And I just staring back at him, and I wanted him to say something because I would have said something, but I didn't instigate anything, and I wish I had of it now and instigated a conversation or an argument with him. So anyway, I walked off, and then it was like everything was just normal again, bro. That was just like, oh, well, that's it. Everybody back to work, right? So then I think I went home for the rest of the day, and then I think I had a day off. Then I think I went back to work for a couple of days, and I wasn't coping real well, and everything was starting to kick in. I think then the shell shock started. Oh, look, I can't really tell you, bro. I was in a daze. I think the shell shock then was just sort of just kept ramping up and ramping up. The best way I can explain it, I went into this zombie mode for at least 6 months. I was just a human with no brain, just able to walk around and function somehow.
During that 6 months, Jeff. During that 6 months, Jeff, did you end up indulging more in alcohol, or did you pick up another drug habit that could cope, or were you just sort of fucking spinning out, just bumbling along trying to cope?
Definitely started the alcohol, right? Because I actually this is how I started the alcohol. I already drank already, but I could take it or leave it. It didn't matter, alcohol. But if I had a drink, I'd go and have a good time, right? So, but it wasn't like I had to drink, like, and go out every weekend and drink. So, but I started to have that urge. So what they have there, they have a bond store, which is like is like a federal area, and that of course they're putting food on the planes. They also put the alcohol on the planes. So you've got everything there. So I worked out how to break in to and maneuver myself away from all the cameras, because there are a lot of cameras in these places, right? Heaps of fucking cameras. And so I learned how to get into the Bond store and fucking nick grog. So after the machine blew up, I went back to my old role as a janitor. So I actually had some access to some areas that other people didn't have to, that weren't supposed to be there, could have access to. So I actually sort out a bit of access. So I used to work out where I could stand, where I couldn't stand, ask some of the guys that worked in there. And then, you know, I'd grab beers and little bottles of scotch and grab wines. And then I started eating all the food. I didn't give a fuck about anything. Like, I'd just go and grab an airline meal, and just in front of everybody. It's a big no-no. You get sacked if you eat any food. If you drink alcohol, you're fucked. They're going to fuck you. They'll call the federal police. They won't call the state police. That's the jurisdiction it comes under. So then food, I just used to eat everything in front of cameras, in front of bosses, everything. And I was sort of like looking for a fight, I think, and looking to instigate some fucking escalate whatever. I don't even know. I was like a zombie, bro. But in that 6 months everybody there learned to be very, very fearful of me. Very, very fearful of me. Because I just started this anger then over the 6 months, just this rage just slowly started to build and build and build, and I was calm and quiet, and it just kept building. Yeah, they must have been able to read it on my face like a book. Like, it just, because I didn't really talk much, and I was really calm and I was really quiet, and I was starting to become very calculated and be able to assess every situation and assess everybody, which is what I really good at doing now. Is I'm really good at assessing. I can walk into somewhere, I can assess everything very quickly. So that's one good strength out of PTSD is I've got some new tools that I never would have had before, and they're tools that not many people have. So I try to look at it positive like that. But over these 6 months, bro, the HR bloke come up to me after a month. The HR officer come up to me after a month and he goes, "Oh, Jeff, I'm sorry, you're going to feel like I'm sort of deserting you, but I'm taking another job somewhere else." So he was deserting before all the shit hit the fan. Then the safety officer did the same. Then a few other managers did the same that were slightly involved. They all disappeared, bro, one by one. And then came back to these cunts don't give a fuck, and they just abandoned me. They just look after themselves. They couldn't give a fuck. Because, as you said, bro, they couldn't see the injury. No one could see the injury. And
that's what mental health works, mate.
Yeah. The only thing they could see was the anger I had, right? And they could see that I wasn't right, but no one had any idea, right? I think the managers were a bit more educated. They were real wary of me, because I used to, if I had the opportunity, I'd stump them and call them out on shit.
Okay, so
all the time,
Jeff,
and make their life a little bit of hell. And I'd speak in an aggressive manner.
Jeff, let me just realign here. So you're about 6 months in.
Yeah.
All the managers are fucked off. You don't give a fuck, mate, because you're angry, bro. Your mind's racing. That extra where you can assess situations, bro. Your mind's starting to come into hypervigilance because you've been through a detonation. So it's trying to protect itself. All right. Okay, so that's what it's doing, but it's confusing because you're racing, you're fucking angry, you're short, you're pissed off, mate, because you've got all that suppressive from the detonation to the day the doctor to these guys that fucking left the mess hall. This is all built up, bro, and now you're not giving a fuck, bro. You're just taking alcohol, you drink the food, fuck you, you know what I mean? And this is all classic signs of PTSD. Anger's the first one. So 6 months in, bro, what happened? Did you leave Qantas? Did you get another job? Or did you get deep in alcohol?
Come on strong and come on far. Okay. Actually, and it's an anger I've never felt before, bro. It's like, and it's uncontrollable. Like, and you know what? I tell you something I learned over that then 23 years, 24 years, whatever long it's been, is that it's funny, right? Because your fuse is really short, and you know the fucker's burning, and you know it's about to blow, and you can't fucking stop it. Yeah, and you know, and like so many times that I've fucking done stupid things, and I knew it was coming, and I couldn't stop myself. It's like fuck. And straight away, as soon as it stop or end, or I walk away or whatever happened, I'll be like, fuck me, you knew what you were doing, and you just fucking kept going, like fucking hell. So yeah, but like that's taken so long for me to work that out. But I never reached out for the right help. I tried to early on, but yeah, I was failing badly. Yeah, so it's interesting. But,
You weren't failing, mate.
but anyway, let's go
mate.
to about 6 months.
Jeff. Okay, you weren't failing, mate. When you're reaching out for help, that means that psychiatrist or psychologist or that GP that you went to have, mate, wasn't a fit for you. It took me fucking 12 psychologists till I got one. It took me, you know, the psychiatrist I have now, bro, it took a long time for me to get that fit. I didn't trust him. I was like, fuck you. And then finally this guy connected to me, and holy shit. So that wasn't you, bro. That was the connections with those GPs, and that weren't finding them fit, mate. They weren't experienced enough for what you had.
Yeah, 100%. Because then I had that experience with the Qantas's doctor. Then when I was taking sickies and I started to use all my time up, right? And so if I was getting to the point is that even the pricks, like if I was going to take a day off and I had no sickies, they weren't paying me, right? So I was like, I was trapped in a cycle then, right? So I'm like, I've got to go to work, but I don't want to be there, and I don't trust no cunt. But I'm not going to make money if I don't go to work, because I've just burnt my holidays already, and I burnt my sick leave. I'm fucked here, right? So I started going to the doctor, and I was sort of looking like I was sort of thinking about, look, I need compensation here, right? And I wasn't thinking like, I just need like compensation, like to take days off. So like if I take some days off, I can't afford not to get paid. Like, yeah, I need to get paid. So I got into this catch-22, and you're right, I was just using normal GPs, right? And none of them were specialised, so they'd play it off as it wasn't a big drama, right? But they weren't playing it off like you're a pussy. They were playing it off like, oh, fuck, I don't know how to deal with you, buddy, right? So that they tried their best, and actually I went through about 5 psychs and a couple of counsellors early on over the first year after it happened, and failed with all of them. The best one was Tom Jones. I went to this psych. His name was Tom Jones. And when I went there, all I thought about was the singer Tom Jones, right? And, and I don't know, man, with this beautiful business suit, and his office is like this old style stereotypical psych office. He's got like bookshelves and wooden bookshelves, and he's got a leather and wood chair in the middle of the room, and he's got like all these nice Persian rugs on the floor and stuff. Nice bloke, just had no connection with him. And he sat opposite me, sat there quietly trying to get me just to let myself open up. It was never going to happen, right? And I'll never forget, he had a notepad, and it was like he was hiding behind the notepad. It was like this with me. He was going, and then he'd go back down, and then I'd sort of say a little bit, and then he'd come back up, and he'd go, and how did that make you feel? And then he'd go back down. For one go, I couldn't go back. So then I had a few others, and they all failed. So at that stage, bro, the PTS is kicking in. The shell shock's starting to subside, yeah?
Let's just stop for a sec. A bunch of people. I just want to say a quick shout out. But I see everybody there, bro. I don't want to miss anybody's comments. I'm just talking to the chat really quickly. Sorry, mate.
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of people that are coming in saying g'day to both of us. So I just want to acknowledge everybody that's coming in.
You want to give it 10, and I'll continue on.
Just wait, mate. Just wait.
Do you want me to give it 10 and we'll carry on?
Just wait a sec, mate. So everybody in the chat, Fisho, Jeff and I are ignoring you guys. It's just I don't want to interrupt his story, bro, because I think it's important and people can relate to this. So g'day to everybody in the chat. Big love. I'm not ignoring you. So yeah, crack on, Jeff. Sorry, brother. So you don't have any dramas. You're not connecting with any sites. You've just had Tom Jones, mate. He's no good. What's next?
Okay, so then we start a cycle. So, firstly, to everybody in the chat, I did say to Sarge that I might dribble on a bit. And if he wanted to stop me, he can stop me anytime you want. I'm very sorry that I've taken the man away from you, but I thought this might help everybody or help them in some way at least. All right.
Mate, don't have to apologise, bro. Don't have to apologise, mate. You fucking be you, bro. We accept it for who you are. Let's crack on.
That's good. All right, so we get to about 6 months, struggle with psych, struggle with counsellors. Then I start this cycle. I just walk away from the job then, right? I can't stand it any longer. Right. I had a fight with a young bloke. I was there standing. This is the catalyst. I was standing there in the morning trying to psych myself up for work, getting ready to start. And this young cunt come in and said something. And in about half a second, I'd spun him around 30 times, put him up against the wall. And as I went to crack him in the head, a bloke goes, "Oi!" And he snapped me out of it. And I left him. Then he started whinging, "Oh, you hurt my face." Like, hey, just fucking shut your fucking mouth, cunt. And then I think within 2 weeks, I just left. Everybody was really scared of me then. I did that in front of about 200 people. So it got around straight away. Oh, that bloke's a psycho. So anyway, I left. Then the PTS and then the real struggle started. So then I started getting on the piss, started getting on the pot really heavy, just fucking getting stoned 24/7, drinking all the time. I had that much adrenaline. I was drinking a case of beer. It wasn't getting me drunk. So it's costing me big money to just try and have a bit of sanity and destroy myself at the same time. So in that time then, from that time me leaving to now, I've had probably 300 jobs. So you can probably imagine I have big trust issues when I work into a workplace. So the easiest job then to get, because then, I didn't want to use Qantas as a referee, a reference or anything. So I thought, well, I don't really have a good reference to go and get another half-decent job. Well, there's plenty of shit jobs out there. So I used Gumtree for 20 years. You can just fucking send a message and get a job real quick, mainly in construction. They're all fucking con men. They rip you off with pay and fuck you over any way they can, work you like a dog. So I went through a cycle of that and then started coke, started fucking ecstasy, started all sorts of shit. So probably for about 7 years, I was just in and out of jobs and just started becoming homeless a bit. I think split up with my missus pretty early, and she was pretty chill and she couldn't take it anymore, which I don't blame her at all. Like, it is what it is. So we split up. So that was then another devastation then. So I was like, right, so I just sink a bit deeper then, and then everything escalates more alcohol, more drugs, fucking more just stay up every night, go to work fucked every day, fighting at work every day, argumentative all the fucking time. Then after about 7 years, I have a good moment and I snap out of it. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, there's a light here. And I think that's the first time I realised I had PTSD then when I snapped out of it. I don't even think I had any idea what was going on. And so I got this job at a hardware store. And I bullshitted my way into it and got on full-time as a delivery driver for them. I proved myself in about 2 days. They go, "You're the fastest ever to go and do a delivery and come back. We've had in 3 years." I go, "What are you talking about?" They go, "How fast did you go there?" I said, "I don't know, about 65, 5 Ks over the speed limit most of the way." They go, "Fucking every fucking driver we get takes them 3 hours to go around the corner." So I proved myself straight away. Then about a month later, the fucking thing burns to the ground. I'm driving to work, and it was a really big hardware store. I had every fucking thing imaginable in there. And I'm driving to work. I can see this smoke from fucking near my house. I go, "Fuck, that's a big fire." And as I kept getting closer to work, I go, "Fuck, that's close to work." And then I turn the corner, and it is work. And I went, "Fuck, this is a good job. I'm going to lose this job. I'm the first one there. I'm going to be the first one. I'm the last one there. I'm going to be the first one gone." So I'm like, fuck. So we're all sitting there watching the place burn to the ground. Then the manager goes to me, "Oh, come on, let's go to this other shop." And I go, "Fuck, I've just been saved." So I go to this other shop. So they reduce their staff, and then they're running 2 hardware stores out of 1. And there was only 2 delivery drivers, me and this other bloke. It was a really nice bloke. And we're just getting flogged. they're giving us the truck to take home. And I was living in, I worked for these people, and they had a house. They own a lot of houses around Sydney. Like, I'm talking hundreds of houses around Sydney. They rent them all out. They owned a townhouse in King's Cross, and they actually someone said that they had there was a room there, and they were talking about it, and I said, oh, could I rent that? And what they didn't realise is I was about to go homeless again, and they were actually going to save me. And they go, yeah, if you want, you can go there. So it became convenient. They took my my rent out of my pay, and then I worked for them. So everything was great. It was right in the cross, is in the fucking danger zone, right? Next door was a brothel. 3 doors up was another brothel that was dealing coke. All the chicks stay on the street, and then you pick one and then you go into the brothel and fuck them. So they used to hang out the front of our place. So we used to have a great time there. So anyway, burns to the ground, go to another store. I'm taking a truck home at night with about 30 grand worth of gear on it, parked in the middle of the cross. And I'm going, I can't go home with all that. It's all going to get stolen by the time I come out in the morning. They go, don't worry, if it gets stolen, don't worry. And anyway, they're flogging us. We're starting real early. We're finishing real late. The boss comes over. He goes, listen, you two. He goes, I'm going to give you some relief. I'm getting this young bloke in from New Zealand. He's going to come in. He's going to be the high-ab driver. So this bloke straight away is a bit of a weird cunt, right? 21-year-old. I'm like, fucking go to the other driver and go, this bloke's a bit strange, you know? And it's probably part of the start of the being judgmental, but I was actually on the ball. He's going, yeah, he is a bit. Anyway, he needed somewhere to live, and they asked me, hey, Jeff, have you got a room? Is there a spare room in the house? I go, well, actually, yeah, there is. They go, oh, good, this guy's going to move in. And I thought, oh, fuck. Anyway, he comes there, and we had one rule in the house, all blokes living in the house. We had one rule in the house. Do what you fucking want. Don't bring any hookers into the house. If you want to go fuck hookers, take them in next door. Don't bring them in the house. They'll probably stab us or rob us all. So fair rule. So who's bringing hookers in the house? Anyway, he fucking raped one night, and she wouldn't admit it. But me and this other bloke kicked his bedroom door in because she was screaming. And I come in and go, you all right? And she was like, oh, yeah. And I think she was scared that we were going to gang up and like it was going to be a gang rape or something, maybe she thought. But she didn't open up. And anyway, a couple of days later, I said to him, I go, you got 2 weeks, you're going to have to find somewhere else to live. I go, there's just one rule, bro. Just don't bring any hookers in the house. I go, they'll fucking murder all of us while we're asleep. And anyway, I had a vendetta against me then. So I thought, all right, he's another enemy. So anyway, we're going along, and this guy, no performance. He'd go and do a delivery. It'd take him 6 hours to go around the corner, right? So me and the other driver are then back under pressure, and we start going, hang on, what's going on here? This cunt is going around in the day at work on his deliveries, and he's casing out where he's going to come back that night and rape chicks. His name is Shannon Corrine. He's called Sydney's Inner West Rapist. He raped 8 women, attempted 23. Some really serious ones, right? Some strange things happen. He'd come to work on a day, it'd be 42 degrees. He'd come to work with jeans and a jumper on and gloves on, get out of the car and walk into work like that. And what he was doing was covering his arms from all the scratches and shit all over him. So he'd been out all night fucking prowling around, and then he's doing that shit. Anyway, he's trying to set me up. Right? So behind my back, he's telling other blokes.
Jeff, I've got a question, brother.
Oh,
when did you find out that this guy was raping these fucking women?
Oh, very shortly. Not just about there. So he's doing all this, and we have no idea. So what happened then is the cops get onto him, and the 3 of us drivers are being tagged 24/7. I'm with my PTSD, have to drive straight through the middle of the CBD. So I have to drive from, say, anybody who's from Sydney, I have to drive from Rozelle to King's Cross. You've got to go over the Anzac Bridge and straight through the middle of the CBD. But I was going 150 over the Anzac Bridge in a 60 zone, and in the 40 zone through the city, I'd be doing 110 to beat all the red lights, because if you catch one red light, you're fucked. You get everyone. So if you got the right sequence, you could just fucking blast through it all. Mate, I was driving like a maniac while these fuckers are tagging me, and I'm losing them every day, and I had no idea they were following me. So anyway, I have an altercation with this bloke, and I fucking get physical with him before work one day. He's been saying some shit to some people, and it got back to me, and it just got to me, just short fuse, just got to me straight away. So I had a go at him, and he barked back, so I got physical, and I used his car door, and I beat him up with his car door. So I trapped him as he tried to get out of the car 3 times, belted him in the legs. As he put his legs out, I slammed the door on him. Then he put his arm out. I did the same thing. Then he tried to lean with his head, and the window hit him and knocked him pretty much clean into the passenger seat. The fucking coppers were watching it because they were following him.
Jeff, so
Yep.
this fucking punch on with this cunt, is this because you've got an issue with him, or is this because you're starting to fucking put things together and realise what this cunt is?
No, I just had an issue with him. So what he was doing, he was saying shit behind my back, and he was probably trying to cover himself because they reckon he was probably getting a bit nervous, right? So he had a split personality, which none of us knew about this at this stage, or we were all just about to find out. So no, he's just been a dickhead, and I just snapped, and it got back to me, and I just snapped and couldn't take it and go, listen, say something again, you young cunt, I'll fucking kill you. And then I fucking give him a toss up. So anyway, he went to the coppers that afternoon, the fucking cunt. So he's out raping, and he goes to the coppers and dobs me in. So then the coppers ring me and go, you got to come to the police station.
Doesn't get any more putrid. Fuck.
How cunning is that? How fucking ballsy from him? Like, he's out raping, and then he goes and fucks me over and goes into the cop shop and does it. But what he didn't know is they were onto him. They were happy it happened. They used the pen that he signed the AVO on me against, right? And they used that pen for DNA testing. They told me later on that that's what they did, and that's how then they started to really build the case on him, because once they had the DNA, they already had his DNA. They just need to cross it with his own actual DNA that somebody seen him put his DNA on something. So they got him on the pen in the cop shop, and so anyway, he fucking complains at work, and the boss goes to him, listen, did he belt you? What happened? When did it happen? He goes, it happened before work. And the boss covered for me and goes, if it didn't happen at work, it didn't. It's got nothing to do with me. It's to do with you. So he went to the cops, fucking got me in the shit, had all this AVOs and fucking whatever on me. Took 2 weeks for the cops to serve it. I just refused to go to the cop shop until they cornered me, and I had to. And then I went to my local King's Cross, and I knew some of the coppers from just living in the area. So they're going, what are you doing in here? I go, I'm just about to get arrested. And they're like, what? Anyway, so they book me, and then I ring my boss and go, listen, I can't come to work. This cunt's put an AVO on me, like blah, blah, blah. I go, I don't trust him. If I just look at him the wrong way, he can fuck me over. He goes, all right. He goes, have a week off. He goes, I'll work something out. He rings me back a week later and goes, come in, Jeff. The 3 of us are going to have a meeting. He goes, if this fuckwit says the wrong thing, he goes, I'm going to sack him. He goes, just sit there, Jeff, and shut up. I went, okay, no worries. So I come in, I sit there in the yard. Then the rapist pulls in the truck. He'd just been on a delivery, and he goes to walk in the hardware store, and from nowhere, 6 of the fucking most meanest motherfucker D's I've ever seen in my life. These blokes are wearing Armani suits or fucking real expensive suits, and they're just not normal D's, bro. And they go straight over and corner him, and they go, do you know why we're here? And they go, yeah. And he points at me and goes, yeah, because he fucked me over. And they laughed at him. And they go, we're here to save you from him, but you've got far bigger problems than that, and arrested him on the spot. Then the boss come over to me and goes, did you set this up, Jeff? And as he said that, from behind us, the police camera crew that do the recordings of the big crimes come out of nowhere and start filming his arrest. And I go, well, no, I haven't done anything. I said, firstly, those coppers there aren't normal fucking D's. Look what they're wearing. Then I go, hang on a minute, there's a fucking camera crew here. I go, he's done something way worse than me. I go, if I call the cops, the uniforms are turning up. Took him away that night. We all went home and watched the news. He's a rapist. We're all in shock after that for a couple of weeks. Fucking unbelievable. unbelievable. So then that fucked the dynamics of the workplace then. So those guys probably had a bit of shell shock and PTSD over that, right? But then mine kicked in again, and then I come into aggro mode and I lost my job, and they made me redundant because I was getting a bit shitty with some things and driving in the traffic and just everything was too much. So I lost my job,
mate,
and then
let's just
started the cycle again.
Jeff, let's just stop. So, mate, fuck me. I mean, fuck me.
We're only halfway through it, bro. It gets worse.
Go through that, right? So now you've been in the angst of a rapist, this filthy, putrid, fucking snake dog piece of shit, and now it's just fucking re-entered. Now I can't trust no cunt even more now in the workplace. Gets me even more fucking angrier. Right, keep going, brother.
Yeah, that's amazing, eh? I just wish I would have cracked. I should have fucking let him get out of the car, and I should have cracked him properly. That's what I should have done. I'm not a fighter, I'm not a tough cunt, but he's fucking way weaker than me and younger and dumber. I easily could have him. Like anybody here right now would be able to crack me at my best at any time. So I'm not a fighter, but just the aggression, just the PTSD aggression just brings it out. So,
Yeah,
so very interesting. Sorry, I've just got to move. Oh, no.
I just fucking head caved in jail, bro. I fucking got his head caved in, bro.
Yeah, bro, that I was devastated. But I was devastated by that because it was a good job. Like I was working with the team, but I was by myself, so it was really good. So I just out on the road all day doing deliveries, pretty easy. Just have to meet up with customers for a little bit here, a little bit there. Here you go, mate. Yeah. Pretty much was on my own, so I could run my own race. And so I was devastated by that. The boss actually had tears in his eyes when he fucking made me redundant because he knew I was loyal and worked hard for him. And that made me devastated too. Then that made me emotional as well. Like I was fucking pretty shattered for a few weeks. And so but he's a bloke. He's such a good bloke. He's a really rich bloke, and he's into art and all this kind of stuff. And he's a womanizer, and he's a man's man, and he's a really good bloke. I speak to him all the time still today. We always have a laugh about that incident. But anyway, so that was another page in the book, and then the ball started again. Then we start the revolving door of jobs. Working for cunts, ripping me off with pay. The famous one is a lot of these cunts is what they do is
Jeff. So now you're back in the revolving door. Are you drinking, mate, at night? Are you fucking cocaining it up? Are you fucking on the meth? What's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry, all of it. Now the only thing I haven't had is I'm really scared of is meth. I've never had meth. I've seen it plenty of times and been offered it plenty of times. I'm too scared to have it, and heroin as well. I'm too scared to have it because we all see the results of what happens when you get on it. So I don't want to go down that path. But plenty of cocaine. So that hardware store, they're a really rich family, easy access to cocaine. So I was fucking smashing cocaine all the time. Piss, still just drinking piss, man. Go out, and when I was still in the cross. Every night. Go out, piss every night, and then drugs probably. Piss and pot every night. Pot 24/7. Piss most afternoons and most nights. Then later in the week, everything start ecstasy, cocaine, fucking someone come across with trips. Yeah, give me one of them. There was a backpackers hostel just 2 doors down, which the hardware store owned. So I had access to drugs there. Could imagine in a hostel or get anything you want, right? These fuckers come from overseas. They're all connected when they get here, you know. Especially the Irish are the best. They're the only ones I've ever met that they can get off a plane and within an hour they've got a bag of coke in their pocket. It's fucking unbelievable. The Irish mafia in Australia is unbelievable, bro.
Okay.
So yeah, but just and what happens is right. So I probably get settled and I'm still drinking and taking pot and taking drugs, but I'm sort of probably aware and trying not to take that much. But then just one little trigger like that, and then it's just fucking way over the edge. Excess alcohol, fucking drinking all night. You know when you drink and like you may have had something and you get to a point in the night where you've drank so much and then other things kick in that you end up straight and you haven't stopped drinking. Have you ever had that effect?
Not really, no.
Not really, yeah. So I had that, and I think it's more about the adrenaline was still pumping through my body years later. Like, and through all this, I'm not sleeping. I'm hardly fucking sleeping. I could go and have an hour sleep, and then go and do a 10-hour shift, and then come home and start drinking again. It was just out of control. Jeff. So have
you got like? Are you pursuing female relationships? Are you just sort of self-destroying, mate?
Yeah. So actually, around there, yeah. So up to that 7 years, no female contact whatsoever. Right. Probably lost every bit of sex drive. Probably forgot about it because I was just so hypo. Right. But then being around the cross, yeah. So being at the backpackers, had access to women from overseas, and it was easy because you're local. You say, oh, yeah, we're going down here, should come down here. So plenty of just one-off casual encounters. Wasn't looking for nothing. And it was just the easiest way, you know, settle my urge and not have to be with someone. And I always thought to myself, if I wish someone again, I'm just going to fuck them up. Like I don't think I feel unfair if I got into a relationship and then my mental illness fucking affected them. I couldn't live with myself. So I think then is too, right?
Jeff. So you're torn here, mate. You're torn here in your mind because you've got some sort of self-awareness of what's going on. Like you don't want to hurt somebody and bring someone into your world. At the same time, you got trust issues, you got confusion, you got fucking anger, angst, anxiety because you're not fucking sleeping, bro. Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. See, surely anybody with PTSD are they common symptoms from what you know, or seems to be a bit of a pattern from what I can see.
100%, mate. Until you self-detonate, you end up in a mental hospital or in jail. That's what usually happens.
And I think I was lucky enough to have the self-awareness that I didn't push to that point. But trust me, I was flirting on the edge of it like many times, bro. Many times I was flirting on the edge of I'll end up locked up somewhere here in a minute.
Fucking, that's not a healthy lifestyle, bro, in any way, shape or form, especially when your mind's like that, mate. What you need is routine, discipline, good food, good sleep, mate, and good therapy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's what you need.
All right, let me lead you into men. Yeah,
go, keep going, mate.
Well, you know what? I must admit, I've had some really good times over that time. I've had some cracker times over that time, though, bro. Like some really good memories, some really bad, dark memories, but some of the good memories have been some of the best memories ever. I've had some great nights out and had some funny things happen, and just like I wouldn't experience that if I didn't have a workplace accident. I'd probably just be the mundane bloke, misses and kids, and never would experience that side of life. And I think that's another tool that's good to have now, is later in life, is just another bit of ammo that I have, instead of being negative, I can use it in a positive way, which it's taken me so long to get out of. But let me lead you into this one, right? So we're going through the cycle again of in and out of jobs for probably.
Okay, so how old are you now?
How old are you now? I can't tell you, bro, because I can't even tell you the day or the year of that workplace accident, right?
Okay,
so timelines, I don't have any timelines. I just have rough ideas, like 5 years, 2 years, in 5 to 10 year gaps, sort of, and I sort of remember that sort of cycle. So I sort of was in a cycle like that, maybe a 5 year. I'd cope. And then the build-up would be too great, and then I'd bust, and it'd all start again. So I'd be back to square one type thing. So this next guy is this guy here. I'm glad I actually stomped on this guy's head. So you're all going to like this one. Man, the guy's name is Man Haram Monis. Man Haram Monis is an Iranian that came here. Well, he was an Iranian that came here.
Cafe siege.
Link Cafe. Now, I was living in a high Muslim area in Sydney, and the cunt moved in there, and I got my shit together. And I had a unit, and I furnished it nicely myself. I had a 2-bedroom unit. I was on and off with this chick for a while, just sort of very casually, and I thought I'd seen the light was at the end of the tunnel. I thought, oh, okay, I might be getting somewhere here. So I was pretty settled. I had the unit for a couple of years, and then this dumb cunt moves in just around the corner from me. And he starts causing chaos in the area. So it took me a long time. It's a high Muslim population, all Arab descent, right? So being a white Aussie there is very hard to live there. You've got to get their trust, right? So a lot of them are nice people. Plenty of fucking bad characters there, though. So I just lived around the corner from the Al Jazeera fucking prayer hall, fucking terrorist organisation. All that kind of shit, everything there. Biggest mosque in the Southern Hemisphere just down the road. Lakemba Mosque. So anyway, this cunt moves in. He starts causing shit left, right and centre. This chick that used to stay over, he'd be playing up at night and be fucking around all night and be making noise and fucking disturbing everybody. This chick would come and stay over, and she started going, fucking, what's that noise? And then I'd go and investigate, and this cunt fucking playing with a car, and he was torching cars and doing all sorts of shit, and up to no good. Anyway, he was living with his girlfriend who was Greek at the Greek's mother's place, right? So there was the mother, the daughter, and then they had a son who had a fucking mental illness. So he was short. He was dealt a bad hand at birth. So from birth, he's a bit short in the brain. So anyway, I used to go to this coffee shop every morning, and all the Christian lebos would be there, and they're all pretty hard cunts, but they're a bit tough, but they're not too bad. Anyway, I used to go to this coffee shop, and the blokes that were in the coffee shop, really nice blokes, always really good to me. I always talk to them, have a joke and that. Man around Monash started coming there. All these young blokes that easily could staunch anybody, right? They were fucking scared of him. So I'm standing in there daydreaming one day, and he pushes me out of the way to walk past me, man around Monash. And I go to say something, and the shopkeeper is a big cunt. He goes, Jeff, shut up. Anyway, I'm like, what the fuck? So I get my coffee, go, and then the next day I go, who's that cunt? He goes, don't fuck with that bloke. He goes, a fucking nutcase. I didn't know who he was at that stage. I went, oh, yeah, okay. So anyway.
Hey, Jeff.
One morning.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Just before you go on, I want to tell everybody, this particular time too, man, honest, that motherfucker, mate, was fucking holding sales to all the dead soldiers that were coming back from Afghanistan. And he was celebrating the soldiers' deaths that were coming back from Afghanistan. That's when I first got heard of that fucking motherfucker, brother. That fucking piece of shit, that fucking cocksucker.
That's the cunt, brother.
I know the cunt. I'll fucking know the cunt, bro.
He's a cunt, bro, but don't worry about it.
But I want the people to hear.
I got one for those good lads. I got one for them good lads. I got one for them, don't you worry. Because I fucking cracked him at fucking 6 a.m. one day when I caught him down the back lane. I go, hey, come and push me now, cunt. And he tried to get tough, and I just played real dirty games with him. Like I had my work boots on. I just kicked him straight in the knee, straight up, and fucking pretty much dropped him. And then I went behind him and I fucking give him a slap in the back of the neck, which I know fucking hurt him. Then I come around and I just hit him as hard as I could in the head. And I don't know if you remember, he had a black eye when he went into the Link Cafe. Well, that happened 2 days before he went into the Link Cafe. So I probably pushed him to go and do that. So I was fucking...
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, mate. That's not on you at all.
Yeah, I know, bro. But because of the way things were here, I'm like... Well, I just caused that poor chick to die and that poor bloke to die. And I thought, fuck, I just pushed this cunt. And I know it's not the right thing to say. He's probably going to do it anyway, bro. He's probably going to do it anyway.
Mate,
so
Jeff, that had nothing to fucking do with what you did, mate. That cunt was a fucking terrorist, mate. He's a piece of shit. He was a fucking coward, mate. That's not on you at all. At all, brother. Be sure of that, mate.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you something, when I put it on him, when I put it on him and he had no weapon with him, bro, he was like a little boy. And I'm thinking if he really wanted to, he could probably call me out on the bluff and it might be a pretty even fight. But I had enough awareness and enough skill to fucking out bluff him and put him in a spot. Then when I had him weak, and then I went, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to have a go. And he wasn't expecting a kick to the knee, which most blokes don't. And that fucked him straight away. And I went, yeah. And I already knew this bloke's story, bro, too. The whole thing, the gynecologist bullshit, the sending the fucking letters bullshit. Why the fuck was he in society, right? So anyway, I fucking dealt with that. I was sort of a little bit proud that I got one for the boys that did the ultimate sacrifice, bro. So sort of wear that as a little badge, and I don't tell that, but it's good context in this. So anyway, after that, all that shit happens with him. Then I just started a routine probably for about 10 years, maybe 7 to 10 years. In and out of work, fucking homelessness, fucking drugs, alcohol, out of control. Then one day, I feel myself slipping into a real bad way. I was living just in a share house. I was just renting a room, and it was pretty shitty, but I was pretty happy. And just working hard, just all labouring jobs, bro, because they're just the easiest to get.
Yep. I'm just talking to the chat, bro. There's a fuckhead in the chat.
But yeah, then we started the book. Then we started yeah. It's all right. Then we just go into a cycle. Then as I'm coming out, so I get 7 years, right, and they get the worst of the worst. Like I'm out of control. I'm going in the pubs and I'm getting pissed. And I'm looking for fights and I'm fucking getting in trouble with the cops for petty shit. And I'm getting caught with fucking little shit bits of weed and they're fucking me over left, right, and centre. And I'm just walking into traps and I'm just like, fuck, I can't win a trick here, right? So then I just get to the point where I'm just feel I'm going to slip to a new level, and I go, right, I got to get out of this. So I go to the Bill Cruz Exodus Foundation at Ashfield, the homeless shelter, and I go there and I go to the desk, and there's no one at the desk, and you just go to this window, and I go to this window to go and ask for some help, and this is my story, and I need some fucking serious help. And I go to the window, I start telling my story, and all these long-time homeless guys that have had big problems in their life, they had been refused service at the desk, but when they opened the window for me, they all barged in over my shoulder and they were all trying to get in, and I fucking just broke down and I went to walk away, and they actually ran out and stopped me and saved me. They go, listen, don't come here today. Come here tomorrow morning first thing, 100%. Just come and walk straight in the door. We'll help you out straight away. And then I started a cycle, and they really were really good, but I wasn't the right fit of people. So I went through probably a 2-year cycle just trying to get some help. Just on the dial then, I wasn't looking for work. They could give me a couple of meals a day, so keep me alive. They give me some mental health help, give me some physical health help.
Would that help?
Then I crashed.
That helped, mate. More
and
that help.
I went back into work. Then COVID started. Then I lost my job at the start of COVID because we got locked down. The black I worked for. Yeah. Yes.
So what was that help? When you said you were getting some mental health and you're trying to get trying to fucking, I need some help here, mate. What was that help like? Was it robust? Was it helping? What was going on there, bro?
Yeah. So they straight away put me onto a caseworker, right, who's very skilled in dealing with mental health and homelessness, right? Only a young bloke, but knew his job. I think in his life he had struggled in his family life, so he most of his life he could understand that point of view. So this guy is very good and very understanding and very comforting in the way that he sort of could understand where I was coming from, right? So they put me onto a psych there who's retired, and he's volunteering his time there, and he's a professor, so he teaches all the psychs. So this guy's top-notch, really nice bloke. And he goes, listen, for sure you got PTSD. he goes, I'm sure you're going to struggle here. He goes, but if you trust this process, and he goes, it's going to, you're going to have some ups and downs, but you're going to be able to work through it. And he goes, but you've got to trust the process and you've got to get on these pills. I said, okay, no worries. So put me on Sertra.
On what, sorry?
Sertraline.
Okay.
I got it here. Sertra, Sertra.
Okay, what's an antidepressant and
50 milligrams. So it's a PTS drug. So there's many types. And he goes, listen, he goes, you might fail on this drug. He goes, don't worry. He goes, there's plenty out there. It's just got to find the right chemical balance that you can fight the chlorozone. And I go, what's chlorozone? He goes, chlorozone is the chemical that floods your brain when you go through the trauma, and that's the protector. But unfortunately, it's the protector, but it's to the detriment of your own brain. It then creates the mental health issue. And I went, oh, okay, no worries. So I started to then concentrate on things. So I went a couple of years, and then I crashed again. Then like I got the shits and gave up. I felt like everything was happening too slow, and I didn't have enough time. And I had plenty of time. I had to do nothing. I had good support around me, and I was being looked after, and they were keeping me alive. So I didn't have to worry about any support. Didn't have to worry about anything. They got me in a house, so somewhere to live and everything, right? And they said to me, look, if you struggle with rent, come and see us. We'll help you straight away with rent. But I thought, I'm not going to abuse them. I'll just pay my own rent. That's all right. And then, which is a good thing then, is I probably cornered myself financially. So then I started to get off the drink, and I was getting bored with it anyway. I was getting the shits with having bad hangovers, and I'd take 2 days. My body would start to take 2 days to recover from a hangover, and I was like, I'm fucking myself here. I was still on the weed. I think the weed's the saviour, because the weed at least keeps me calm, you know. I just go through the cycle again, have a couple of drops. Yeah. And then I get to the point where I have another snap out of it just after COVID. Right, just a year ago. So I come back out of COVID and I try to go back into the workplace. First guy rips me off. So I said to him, well, I see you on the street, I'm going to kill you. I'll never fucking see him, unfortunately. And then I try another job, and I go into this job, and it's just chaos, and it's really stressful, and like expecting me to work 6 days. Gave up. Then I went back to the Bill Cruz Foundation, the homeless shelter, and asked for help again. And there's an all new crew there. And I went, oh, shit, I've got to start the process again. So straight away I go, listen, you've got some files from a few years ago. This is my story, but you can check up on what was there. I was on this medication. I haven't been taking it for 2 years. They go, right, get straight back on that. Then I get on that. Then they introduced me to this GP, who's spent 15 years in a mental hospital, so very skilled in the art of mental health, and worked in many places besides that. She's really level-headed, and she has an alternative way to deal with consultancy. So when I sit down with her, I can talk about anything. So sometimes I'll go in there and we don't even worry about my health, and I'll talk about what I think about politics at the moment. And it's good to talk with her because she has completely different views than me. So we can stump each other very well, and we sort of have these debates. And then I asked her to help me about cannabis, because I wanted to know more about cannabis, because I'd slowly been doing my own study on cannabis as what I was looking for. So I was looking for maximum effect without smoking too much, and then not being super stoned, but being stoned for a long time. So maybe have one cone and be stoned for fucking 6 hours and just be on a nice little buzz. And so she knows nothing about cannabis, and she's now herself has started to teach herself about cannabis, which is really good. And she's really smart, and in a short time, she has got really good knowledge on cannabis. And we come to the same agreement. Is what I said to you before you started, is I think we're all getting conned on overseas cannabis. I think they're selling this really old shitty weed and they're spraying it with chemicals to soup it up to suit the style. And I've heard that the sprays they use are fucked and they're no good, that people are having allergic reactions to them and all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
so,
I've heard guys in our community.
So that's the kind of help I've got now. Yeah, so with the Searcher medication, I've been on it for pretty much a year, and it took about 6 months for me to start to notice anything, and then now it's really started to work really well. And at this point now, it's sort of I'm just having a slight rocky road with it, but it's working really well. So mentally, I have no anxieties, right? I never realized I had an anxiety until someone told me a couple of years ago. I had no idea. So it stops my anxiety. It stops my depression, which I was starting to sink myself into deeper and deeper depressions all the time. So each time I go through another cycle, the depression would just get worse and it'd be more bitter and more fucking horrible. And so this Searcher has blocked that completely. It probably took 3 months for me to notice that it started to block the depression, and about 6 months for the anxiety. And now at this stage, at a year later, I'm fucking like pretty fucking positive. Now the last week, the medication's sort of hasn't been letting me able to keep any food down, and it's been making me sick. But mentally, I'm at the strongest I've been in 24 years, right? And so I can feel the medication's really kicking in. It's really kicking it's really kicking the cortisol's ass, and it's pushing that chemical back. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I still have plenty of struggles, but my falls are nothing. My falls are nothing now. So it's good. So listen, that's about my story, all right? But I just want to say one thing before you got any questions. Before you got any questions, let me say one thing, right? So if anybody's in any of those stages of that, right, I'll tell you one thing, is if you fucking just concentrate, right, you've got everything there. It's just the fucking shitty thoughts fuck you over and block all the fucking positive shit. But if you stop and think every time, and you're not going to stop and think every time, but now and then, if you keep telling yourself you're going to actually do it sometime, and you're going to realize actually you have more control of any situation than any other person. Because I've now realized that I am so fucking strong mentally with PTSD that I quite often say to my GP, I am a fucking dangerous motherfucker. I can manipulate a conversation. I can manipulate the feeling someone else gets. I got this tool that is a valuable thing, but it's a dangerous thing I now have. So I'm very aware how I use it now too. So, but there's hope at the end of the tunnel. Trust me, you just got to trust the process. And if they put you on medication, you might fail on that one, but there's heaps of them out there. So you fail on one, try another one, start again, away you go. And trust me, it takes a bit of time and you're probably going to feel like this shit ain't working. But if you just give it a little bit of time, it starts to fucking work, and it actually fucking does a really good job. So
here, mate.
I just thought I'd want to come on here and tell my story like that. Sorry if I've bored some of you. Sorry if I've raved on. As I said, I probably would. But, yeah. Chris, Sarge, thank you very much for letting me do that.
Oh, my pleasure, mate. This is great, mate. I'm so glad that you had the courage, mate. You had the strength to fucking email me last night, mate. we reached out this afternoon, mate. We made this happen, bro. I really appreciate you having the courage to come up and tell this story.
It's good.
It's fucking hard to do, mate. It's fucking hard.
Well, I had
to
a
do.
connection with you just by listening. You know, I put a message in there the other month, right? Yeah, talking about I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, you did a live stream, had said something about in the title about PTSD, and it sparked me, and I pushed on it. I went, all right, what's going on here? And I went, oh, there's Aussie blokes in here. Oh, and you see bloody Americans in here, right? So I go, it's good to see some Aussies on here. Anyway, I put a message in there. You're talking about PTSD, and I said, yeah, I suffer from complex PTSD. I've had it for 25 years. And Sarge, you gave me some really you said about 6 or 7 words of encouragement, and you know how it is, and you're there with other people, and just those words enough for me to go, oh, I'll push that sub button, and this bloke's a good bloke.
Oh, fucking thanks, mate. I appreciate that, bro. But no, mate, I think this is but the more we talk about this, mate, more people, like I can see people in the comments now, bro. It's making them come out. They're backing you, mate. They're it's a breath of fresh air, bro, to hear this, because everyone's struggling some way, shape, or form, and in that level there, they're either in the good spot, falling off again, in the struggle. You know, do I see this like that doctor? I don't fucking know, mate. So tell me, Jeff, how are you now with with the cocaine and the alcohol and that? Have you got that under control?
Oh, listen, buddy, I don't drink at all. I actually walked behind my pub on a Sunday morning about 3 months ago, and I found a bag of coke sitting on the ground outside the pub. I went, fucking, that's mine. And I brought it home, and I just put the edge of my finger in there and tasted it, and went, yep, that's coke. And I went, oh, fuck, that's good coke. And I actually gave it to someone. And I sat there and looked at it for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I went, you know what, I don't need that. And I went and gave it to someone. I really did want it, because I actually don't mind that. I don't mind that drug. I actually enjoyed it.
No, fuck that,
no,
mate.
so the only thing I do now, yeah, I know, it's no good for you. Trust me, I couldn't say that. It's fucking don't. Whatever drugs you're on, fucking get off it. Just stay on pot.
No, mate.
Just stay on
You're
pot.
being
So
honest,
that's what I'm on.
bro.
Is
You're
pot.
being honest. You're being fucking honest, mate. That's honesty, bro. Like, fuck, mate. We're human, brother. At the end of the day, you gave it to some other cunt, bro. That shows strength, mate.
Yeah. I tell you how I am with the pot, though, right? So clearly I was addicted to pot, right? So, but I don't look at it like that, because I just see it as a soft drug, and like it's very legal in so many places around the world. So I don't see it that way. But I am very aware, right? I'm using it. Yeah, I know that, right? But I'm looking at from the straighty 180 perspective, right? But I've always used pot my whole life, right? But they've only just smoked it, so I mull it up and smoke it. But I've now started to actually, I'm looking at the terpenes. I'm looking at different things. I'm looking at different way, like the medical way of trying to use it. Like what I'm going to start doing now, I'm thinking about buying a press. I'm going to start squashing my own buds. So I'm going to buy the 10 grams, squash it, and just start vaping the rosin. I've been doing that now. So I use the grinder, a 4-piece grinder, and I'll collect the McKeef, and I make a little block of hash once a fortnight or something, and let it sit for a couple of weeks, and then I smoke it, and it's pretty good. And then now and then I squash some buds with the hair straightener, but I'm just looking for the medical side. So what I'm looking for is not to get too stoned, but to be buzzed for a really long time, but just consume a little bit so I don't fuck my lungs up too much. And then just have that buzz for like 6 hours. So I can have like a little vape and then go out for the day, and then come home after lunch and have another go at it. I definitely use it for sleep. I need it for sleep, so I have to go a bit heavier at night time to get me to sleep. Sleep is disgraceful.
Right.
Really find it hard to get to sleep. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to suggest any medicine. I'm not a doctor, bro. But
No, tell me anything, because I'll talk to my doctor about it. I do that all the time. What are you going to say?
do you not sleep, mate? Because do you think, mate, because of the past 20 years lifestyle, or is it? Do you have nightmares, mate, or is it? Why don't you sleep, bro? What do you think?
I don't really dream that much. I think the sleep is I'm very hypo, right? I've been like that now for a long time. So before my workplace accident, I was pretty lively and buzzy around, and I'll be out and about. Like, I easily go and do a hard day's work and then go out for 8 hours, or maybe go and play a sport in the afternoon with my mates, or do something like that. Go to the beach. I used to surf a lot, so I do that. Like, spend a whole day just in the water. I didn't give a fuck all day. So I'm hypo, but I think the PTSD and the rush of adrenaline from that accident, I think I easily can push the adrenaline in my body. I can just turn it on like a switch. I think my body's addicted to it, but my doctor says, no, it doesn't happen like that. But that's how I sort of feel. And I'm hypo. So when I go to sleep or lie my head down, I'm like nowhere near tired. Like, I have to toss and turn for a few hours before I start to get tired. So that's my symptoms there. It gets annoying at times.
Oh, fuck it, mate. That's my thing with sleep. That was my thing, mate, in the end. After I fucking got a good psychiatrist and I started getting a hold of my fucking thoughts and my control and my emotions, and understand, like you did, start to understand what the fuck is actually going on in my fucking brain and how to express that to other fucking people, mate. That was hard. Weed, mate. Weed. I want to talk about weed. Okay, see, I was in the army, bro, so I got piss tested my fucking career. So it was hard for me to do any type of fucking drugs, really, because of the nature of my job. But now, mate, do you wake and bake? I smoke weed all fucking day and night, bro. It keeps me level. It keeps me where I need to be, mate. It keeps me away from other pharmaceutical drugs. Do you wake and bake, mate?
I wake and bake. I also wake and bake at 3 a.m. when I wake up, and then I want to go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's every other cunt then, bro. That's what we all do. Most of us, nothing better. Yeah, well, well, mate, it's so good. How are you living, mate? Where are you living?
What about the lungs?
Yeah.
Oh, listen, well, that's an interesting place. Well, here you go. I live right next door to the biggest ice bus in Australian history, $650 million worth. They were dealing on the street, and they were walking out with people walking past. The car would pull up, and they'd just walk out. Chinese nationals will walk out of their apartment block with a big bag of white powder, and they'd walk up to the car and throw it in the car, and the car would drive away. 2.5 years that went on for before the coppers shut it down. Everybody in the street was fucking pulling their hair out.
So what are you in a house?
I live in Burwood. And I'm in a townhouse. I'm right on the edge of I'm just like 1 block away from the main road. The community is 99% Asian heritage. I'm a very rare white Aussie in the area now. Now, from about 10 years ago and beyond, before that, all those Asians that are here, they're all Aussie. They're all nice people. They know how this place works, and they're happy to be here, and they contribute nicely, and they work hard, and they all own their own houses and shit. And over the last 10 years, all the shit's come in here, and they're all assholes, and they hate us all. And the whole street now, there's like 1.5 kilometres of shops. They're all full of Chinese tea shops. Or you go and look at the menu and you can't read it because it's in Mandarin. So it's a bit sad to watch that, but yeah, so that's where I live. But it's interesting to watch it change and develop over time. I've got a lot of high-rises now, so they're building at about 25 stories at the moment.
How do you see your future now, mate? How do you see yourself in the next few years? Yeah, how do you see yourself progressing now that you're in a good headspace, mate, and things are going good, other than the meds sort of fucking you around a little bit at the moment?
I'm not looking for any big goals, brother.
Oh, sorry, mate, you're breaking up. Say that again, mate.
I'm looking for a way up. Okay, got me back? Yeah. Okay, in the moment, I live in a share house, so there's 3 of us in the house. I just rent a room, pretty nice little sort of townhousey type unit. It's like just off the street, pretty quiet. Go down the street, I've got 2 Woolworths and a Coles there, so 5-minute walk. I can got everything I want there. Can eat anywhere from around the world. My next goals are here. I've set myself very small goals, and it frustrates my doctor a bit because I'm looking for the pension, to be honest with you, and I'm looking for housing. And so I've set myself small goals, which is probably a bit detrimental, but at least they're achievable goals. So
small goals.
they're only small goals, but it's probably a bit. Well, mate, if I pass those goals, I'll be fucking happy, brother. And then, to be quite honest with you, I like to try and just stay fit and just fucking go out. Like, I do a bit of fishing, so I go out of Sydney, get on the train, go out of Sydney, get stoned, go fishing for the day, have a fucking mini barbecue by myself, and just do whatever, you know.
Yeah,
good. I'm getting a bit bored. I'm thinking of getting an assistance dog in a minute. Yeah. I'm thinking of an assistance dog. I think then I've got a partner in crime with me. I'll go and take the dog. If I get an assistance dog, I can go anywhere. So I'll go into all national parks. I'll take the dog on fucking adventures every day, which will get me out. So I do lock myself away a bit, is my only downfall. Sometimes if I feel off, I'm a bit scared to go outside and have to be faced with a confrontation. So those days when I don't want that confrontation, I just sort of like hide at home a bit. So that's probably my only downfall, I think.
That's not a downfall, mate. That's self-aware, mate, and keeping you away from a trigger. You know what I mean? You know you're not in a good head state today. I'm going to fucking withdraw, smoke some weed, stay inside today because if I go outside, I might fucking blow off at some cunt go off, you know. I'm sure, you know. That's
we've got a lot of tweakers around here, so you don't know what you get when you walk out the door.
What's that, sorry?
You're liable to get some bloke come out of a fight there. We've got a lot of tweakers hanging around in the area, like, and they're all transient, so they're homeless that haven't hung around here for many, many years, and they're not trouble. They come from other places, and they end up wandering into here, and they're petty break into everybody's garage for a week, and you know, they're fucking iced off their heads. They're fucking dangerous when they just had a shot. Like, fuck, man, they're a bit skittish, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But,
wow, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure they got their own mental problems as well, you know.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Like I like to say, everybody knows I say this a lot. You know, we're not defined by our addictions, mate, or our low points in our life. Because if we were, we'd all be pieces of shit, and we'd never be able to move on, bro, with our lives. Because you know, we've all been fucking, you know, there. So it's like where we come now. It's where what we do with our life and how we move forward. I think is what matters and what we can sort of share with each other to try and bring each other forward out of that. Or, you know, the problem with mental health is. It's never going to go away, you know. It's something that we've got to try and manage or, you know, try and deal with on a daily, like some people wake up straight away. I was talking to some of the boys today I think we were in a Discord or we're watching the Mike Tyson fight. I was watching the Mike Tyson fight with a couple of lads today. And I think we were talking about, fuck. Oh, fucking lost my train of thought. Sorry, mate.
All right, I do the same thing all the time. I can't believe I just got through what I got through and kept on track.
No, mate. Fuck. Fuck me. It's because I'm trying to think.
We're talking about falling, ups and downs. We're talking about ups and downs, falling and then getting back up, and it's never going to go away.
Right, that's right. So when you wake up in the morning, most people are fucking dealing with that fucking voice straight away. You know, whether it's fucking you've been too lazy, been too gluttonous, being fucking, I want to get that pill. Don't have the money to get that pill. Fuck, I'll go and take that pill off that cunt. You know what I mean? All these things, you know, why am I feeling this? I need to do that. Fuck that cunt. Why is he looking at me like that? Fuck. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff, bro. You know, people are starting when they get up, you know, throughout the day, or you might get up and have good, and then you see something that triggers something, or you might that bang. How are you with loud noises, mate?
Actually, for a short time there, probably for a year or two, I was fucked. Right, there's any loud, abrupt noise close by fucking startle me, but surprisingly enough, I can handle it. Like I just watched all of Gaza on the Reuters live stream that they had that camera in the building. I watched the whole lot come right to the camera till the camera got blown up. Right, I had no drama with any of it, and some of them were a bit surprising when they hit close and you weren't expecting it. And I was surprised. It didn't bother me at all. Sure enough, the intensity is less just watching it on the internet, but I seem to have lost that. So I don't know. How do you go with noises? Because you've had more loud noises than me. How do you go?
Yeah, no worries, mate. That's not really a drama for me, mate. The noises. My particular struggle when I got back, mate, was I'm not going to go into my whole story of how I fell off and my career ended, but now it's nightmares, mate. I have this particular nightmare that just fucking runs over and over every night. If I don't take for me, Seroquel, mate. I take Seroquel, and that for me makes my mind blank, and I can get a 6 or 7 hours sleep. I'd still get up to piss and that, but I can actually fucking sleep when I'm laying down. And that anxiety of me going, oh my god. And I'm not going to go into what my nightmare is right now, man. But you know, it takes that fucking thing away from me, mate, and the anxiety of me knowing that, fuck, because I wouldn't go to sleep, because I don't want to go fall into it, and then I wake up fucking up and sweaty and fucking at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm fucking, you know, like it takes that away from me, bro. And then during the day for me, it's weird, you know. And talking to guys like yourself, talking to fucking the people in the chat, building this channel, trying to encourage other guys to come forward, tell me what it's about. You know what I mean? We need more people to talk and tell their story, but it's fucking hard to get up and do this on camera, bro. You know what I mean? So, mate,
Yeah,
Jeff, thanks for coming up tonight, mate. You're a fucking that was good, mate. That was You've been through a lot of shit, mate, and to be here now and you've got a smile on your face, you know, you got your goals, you want to try and get the pension, you can fuck yourself into a house, brother. You know, mate, and just small steps, mate. Small steps in the right direction, brother, is still in the right fucking direction. All right?
Yeah, exactly. And as everybody, as you know, and people have warned me, you know, I expect there'll be ups and downs, right? But at least I'm confident enough at the moment to know that I might be able to manage. If I have a big down, I'll probably have a better chance to manage it with the mindset I have now than what I had before. So it gives me the confidence, right? So as I said to you before you got on, like my mindset at the moment, like I just struggled a little bit with my pills for the last couple of weeks, but my mindset is just fucking, it's at 110%, bro. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is great. So
that's so good to hear, mate.
And I sort of know when I'm going to slip now. So I think that's what I think I know that's that drug. I think it sort of gives me a bit of a warning. Hey, watch out here, buddy. You're getting a bit triggered here. So, yeah, it's interesting how the drugs work, though, eh?
Yeah, I went in with because I seen other dudes get benzos and this, and then I seen them fall off those drugs and then end up on street drugs and homeless, and I was like, holy fucking shit. I don't want to end up, you know, what the fuck, that scares the shit out of me, a bit like you with the meth and the fucking other, like, fuck, I don't want to, no way, you know, that's just, So I worked with my psychiatrist, bro, and for me, it's Cerebral helps me. I used to take NDEP as well, but I fucked the
Yeah.
NDEP off. I fucked the NDEP off, and I just take
Yeah.
the Cerebral. But I don't take it over the weekends. I try to, give my body a break from it, over the weekend and that, and just try to take it to try and have a more stable week, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Can I suggest this, right? You should try this, right? If you're having like the nighttime problems, fucking straight after your dinner, bro, go for a walk straight away and do a power walk. Even if you only do it for 10 minutes, just do a power walk and don't take no music, nothing with you, and just fucking have some cones and just go straight out the door and get into the buzz zone and just walk and try not to think about nothing. It helps me a lot sometimes. Sometimes in the middle of the night I'll do it, I'll go for a quick power walk and come back and I'm like, and I sometimes it works. It puts me to sleep straight away and just go snap, gone. See you tomorrow. You should try that. It's just straight after dinner. Straight after have dinner and straight away go.
Yeah, that's great advice, mate. I don't do it straight after dinner, but I do have it. That's the one of my mechanisms that is like when I'm deep in myself at night. Like sometimes I fall off the fucking wagon myself, bro. I wake up in the morning, bro. I just want to fucking cry. I don't even know fucking why. You know what I mean? It's fucking sad. I just like, I've got everything going for me, brother. And I just can't get out of this. I'm like, what the fuck? So what I like to do, bro, I don't do music or anything because the army, I couldn't walk with that type. We couldn't have distractions because we needed all our senses. So I like to go into the forest and fucking walk and hurt myself a bit, mate. Put me back there into that mode of fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cunts are doing it hard. It straightens me out because that's what I used to do when I was in hard situations in the army, mate. Is I'd put myself in a physical pain, so then I'd go compare myself to other soldiers in different theatres of war, mate. And then my problems were no good. They weren't worrying to me at all because I'm like, fuck, these cunts were dying, drowning in fucking mud. What the fuck am I? And then I come back and I get a hold of myself again. And I'll come in. So I do it, but not straight after dinner, but I do that sort of stuff. And some of the lads they've seen me one morning, bro, I'd lost my shit and I decided to show my vulnerabilities, bro. Guys in the chat would have seen me go live that morning, man. I ended up taking the video down because I was copping too much shit for it. I couldn't care for it, but fuck, bro. It's a struggle. It's a struggle all the time, but if we're self-aware and keep encouraging each other to be there for each other, some way, shape, or form, bro. Like just like this. I think we can make the world a little bit better, right? For ourselves.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I did this, and that's why I was like, I tell you, I woke up this morning and go, why the fuck did I say I should come on here, right? But then during the day, as I got through the day, and as soon as I woke up, I thought that. I was like, Jeff, that's a stupid idea. I just think they're doing that for, right? So, and then I through the day, I was like, I want to do this, because firstly, I got a group that I can actually, if I explain myself my way, they're pretty much going to understand what I'm talking about. And also, too, I thought to myself, you know what? Just my story is different. It could help some people, and like,
fucking nice.
My story is just a little bit different from others because I fucking walked myself into some serious shit, and I'm like, fuck, like if people are thinking they've got it bad, not that I had it bad, right? Because there'd be plenty of more, like you've had it way worse than me, Sarge, what you've been through in your life and in service, right? 100%, way worse, 100%, bro. 100%. Fucking mine's like a Band-Aid, right? But really it is. If you look at it in perspective, it fucking is, right? Because you're going to do a job that way, right? But, hey, I could walk away from my job. You couldn't walk away from your job, right? You have to fucking put it out no matter what. So if day one's fucked and you're like, oh, my God, you got nowhere to go. At least I had somewhere to hide, right? So
but Jeff,
I just thought, I just told my story. I don't care if I look however I look. Sorry?
Our struggles are relative to each other. I don't think your struggles are less than mine.
Yeah, true.
The trauma that we've gone through, mate. I think it's like your trauma is so full on for you, like it is for me. I think how it happened is another road that we walked, mate. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying, brother. I appreciate it.
But I tell you too, what's helped me. I'll tell you what's helped me a lot, bro, is to everyone is just think fucking positive about everything, right? Is fucking everything. When I now stop. When I think negative, I sort of stop and I just try and assess everything. And I tell you, a tool that I have got is I mentioned before, I really can assess everything, right? I got to the point when I was working in construction as a labourer, I could go into a new site and I could walk on there and straight away I go, right, I'll stay away from that bloke because if the fucking shit hits the fan, I'm going to get smacked in the back of the head and die. That bloke's not going to save me. All right, that bloke over there is probably going to help me. Or if I step over there, I'm going to die. Okay, that's a safe space over there. I could do that in 2 minutes, right? And I think that you find, and my doctor said this, is that's part of the complex side of it, is you actually become really skilled in the art of assessing every situation. And when I became aware of that, that's when I think I just took another step forward. And that's why I'm in a good high at the moment and I'm real positive, is because I've really become aware of it. And I practice when I go into society using that, is assessing everything. And then I might go and ask a question to see if I was right or not wrong. You know, so I might walk into a store and see something with a customer and the sales assistant, and they might be having an argument. And when they walk off, and I think someone's right, I'll go over and say, "Hey, did that happen?" Right? And I've already got my preconceived idea of what I thought it was. And then I go and ask them, and they go, "Oh, this happened." And I'm thinking, "Yeah, I was fucking on the money then." Do get it wrong plenty of times, but a lot of times I do get it right, and I'm really amazed that I'm like, fuck, Jeff, how the fuck do you just walk in and see that and then know what happened? So I think that I just try to embrace it like that shit. So, but I'm sure it'll go 100%. It's up and down. So, but at the moment, that's how I am. So as long as I can, I've been just riding on this. So,
yeah, mate. See that. What that is, because of the complexity of the initial trauma and the shock of the detonation, bro, it started hypervigilance, mate. So you're assessing you don't even realise you're assessing risks, mate. Where's the risk? Where's that risk going to hurt me from? Where's that, I need to stay the fuck away from? And you're doing it subconsciously. In the army, we call it, my psychiatrist, I suffer from hypervigilance. That's why I'm in the bush. I live in 5 acres, 40 k's out of fucking town, bro. I need to be away from big crowds and
my doctor.
My mind. Right?
Yes. Well, my doctor started telling me how hypervigilant I am. She keeps telling me. She started reminding me all the time, and now I'm reminded of it myself when I walk into society. But I'm looking at it as a really good tool. Like I'm going, fuck, this is a powerful tool I've got. And I look around me and I go, no one here's got that tool that I've got. So I look at it as a bit of strength. I'm like, yeah, fuck, if I can control this the right way and not let it upset me or unsettle me or cloud my mind, that fuck yeah, I've got this special tool here that no one else in this room has. So I embrace it as a good thing. And I embrace it as like a safety thing too, right? But for a long time, that really fucked me over, assessing things. Like it was fucking me mentally hard. But I got to a point where it just settled down. And I think that goes with everybody, is at some point you get to that stage.
I think you do too, mate.
Sarge,
mate.
I'm going to go, but I'm going to get back on the YouTube and keep watching, all right?
No worries, Jeff. Fucking oath, Fisho, mate. I appreciate you coming up. Like I said, it takes strength and courage, mate, to tell your story truthfully. I think even if people can't relate, I think it still inspires them to tell whatever their story is. You know what I mean? So I think...
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for too.
Yeah. So,
I was looking for. I've tried to become helpful for some silly reason.
That's great, mate. That's great. That's
yeah,
good. That's a good thing. That's another positive thing in your life, man. If you can use your experiences, like you said, to give advice and help other younger men, mate, that might be going through yours, or they might not even have the same sort of experiences, but now they've heard your story and go, fuck, I'll tell my story. You know?
Yeah, I got that.
And when you tell your story, it helps a little bit more too, because you're going through your story and you're regurgitating and processing each time you say it out loud as well. And that helps.
Yeah, definitely. Brother, thank you very much for giving me the chance. Everybody out there watching, thanks for putting up with me for that. Don't worry. Fucking there's light at the end of the tunnel, everybody.
Good on you, mate. You're a legend. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Everybody was saying, an inspiring and crazy story, bro. It's good to see that you've got misses in the background. Someone to take it, eh? And there's Mel. Yeah.
Too good. I've been concentrating so much here, I forgot to. Oh, hello. Sorry, I forgot. I didn't understand what you're saying. Hello there. Thank you very much. What a top bloke you got there, eh?
You've gone back to the. But no, yeah, cheers, mate. I appreciate you, mate. You're fucking legend. It took strength and courage to come up here, man. It was inspirational. Keep it up, mate. Keep up the positive energy. Keep up the fucking just being who you are, mate. Good on you, fucking Jeff. Awesome, mate. Awesome.
Fucking oath, brother. You know what? I'll never die on my knees. I'll always be up on my feet.
Yeah, that, mate. I'll die standing, mate. Fuck that.
I'm all right. I'm going to get in the chat and I'll make some room for you. Thank you very much, brother. I'd love to get back on here again in some time, a month or two or whatever, whenever you want, and talk about other subjects. I'm happy to have a chat. Thank you very much for giving me that time, brother. That means a lot. It means a lot.
No worries, mate. It was fucking my pleasure. It was too easy, bro. It was nothing for me to have you up here, bro. I appreciate you. I fucking love it. Cheers.
Thank you very much, brother. You have a very good night, all right?
All
right, I'm going to get in the chat, okay, brother?
Yeah, you're a fucking
Thank you very much, bro.
No worries. Big love, mate. Big fucking love.
All right, see you guys. Have a good one. I'm coming in the chat now.
No worries, mate. Okay, so, mate, that's Jeff Fisho. That's great, mate. I love that. I love the fact that he had the strength to come up and tell that story. The fact that he had running with that man, Monis, motherfucking piece of putrid piece of dog, is crazy. Wow, good on Jeff, mate. He's in a good place now. It looks like it. That smile on his, dial there at the end, mate, it proves it all. That was really good. Unbelievable. So I didn't want to go too late tonight, guys. I've got to take my young fella to work, and I'm going to have dinner shortly. But what I want to do is I'll open the panel because I want to have a few billies and just chill out for half an hour. So if anyone wants to jump up, we'll have nice. No, I haven't even seen it yet, but if anyone wants to jump up on the panel, come and have a billy. We'll still talk to the fad. I'm going to fucking drop that shit now. I don't know if Jack's probably gone to bed. He's got to go to work tomorrow. He's going up to Young to do some work for the next 3 days. So Jack might have gone to bed. So shout out to Jack. At the start when Jeff was first going through his story, he was bringing up those photos that were seamlessly coming up and down when Jeff and I were discussing. That's our man Jack in the background helping me out, mate, doing the heavy lifting for me, man. Shout out to Jack and Ash. Big love. I love you, babe. All right, so I'm gonna drop the link, cunts, and let's have a Billy. Fuck. I appreciate you all being here too, guys. Thanks a lot. When I was waiting to come in, I could see people in the comments going, "Oh my god, 2 nights in a row!" Like, this is awesome, man. I fucking appreciate that, guys. The fuck, it means a lot to me. It really does, man, because this mental health means a lot. Like, I'm struggling today myself. I'm struggling this afternoon myself, and I'm trying to bring it together for Jeff tonight. But I'm gonna open this fucking chat up. So, how shit, Tyson, brother, Mike Tyson. what the fuck, you know? You know, what the fuck? There's a link there. He wants to come up and have a fish channel. Yeah, that's it, Frank. Thanks, mate. And, you know, welcome, Fish. Some of you guys that have been teaching me about weed and the terps and the fucking, you know, the fucking. I keep doing this because of this fucking, fucking Staffy are trying to kick me off the couch. But, yeah, thanks for sharing, Fisho. Have a look through the, go back through the comments there, Fisho. There was never direct any questions, otherwise I would have asked straight away, but there's lots of, keep your head up. Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. If nobody wants to come up, I'm not gonna sit here and just talking to the camera. Yeah, no worries, Fisho, bro. Like I said, you know. Yeah, sick. Get over there and support, mate. You know, start talking stories on your channel, mate, just like that, you know, little stories like at the end of dinner, mate, go out, go for a, 10 minutes, like you just said then, mate. Give people ideas to try different things, mate, you know, just drop a couple of short videos on your channel and that's how, you know, people go, oh, fuck, I can relate. And then boom, boom, boom. And look at Will here, we've got a great fucking, got a pretty fucking good community happening, you know, it's not just me, there's Wild Bull Bar, there's J, mate, Cedar, there's a bunch of, I don't want to fucking forget anybody, any of the channels. Fucking catchy. I'm going over here. Fuck's sake. You know, there's a lot of good people in our community there. You know, I don't want to forget anyone. Fuck. You know, but oh shit, there's someone. Here we go. Sorry. Oh shit. Oh, Spudley. Oh.
G'day, Sarge.
Ah, g'day, Spud. How are you, mate? Wasn't that? How'd you find that, mate? How'd you find that,
Oh,
brother?
very powerful. Very powerful. Excellent learning curve. Thank you, brother Fisho. Big love, mate. Wishing you well. Wishing you well in the future, legend. God bless you. Very inspiring.
What? That was a lot. That was a lot. Jeff's gone through a lot.
And what got me at the end, I must admit, me eye leaked a bit. Very humbling. You're a very humble man, Jeffy. God bless you.
Yeah. God bless you. Hey, Ashley, how are you going? How anxious? I should go back and say g'day. I haven't had a chance to say hello to everybody. So, big love, everybody, for being here. I could see the comments going off, but I just didn't want to disturb Jeff too much and lose his train of thought, you know. I do believe anxious DK. I seen you all there. Frack, Milko. Come on, man. Charlie C. You know, fucking Woodsy. You know, Google E, Dribbler. You know, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. You know, Banana Farmer, I saw you there too. I think Budsy. I don't want to miss anybody, but never seen Budley drinking water before.
Yeah, because I left me beer inside. That's hot water. That's fucking hot. Excuse me.
Yeah, no worries. Jeff Fisho, mate. Yeah, we're live here every Friday night. Everybody knows Friday night, mate. On my Bull Bar. If you ever, you know, you're struggling and you want to have you just want to chill out and listen to some music and hang out with the Wild Bull Bar, mate. He's Sunday nights and most weeknights. It depends on how the Wild Bull Bar is, but if you ever need anywhere else to go and hang out, Jeff, make sure you see Wild Bull Bar here up here. He's always playing some tunes and sends out the fucking one of the nicest cunts I ever met on YouTube. Was Spud was the first person, one of the nicest cunts. I was drawn to Spud straight away. You know,
God bless you.
He's awesome and his channel's awesome, and I appreciate you, Spud. We've done lots. We've done some long lives together, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your live a couple of weeks ago or last month was the first time I ever fell asleep on a live,
That was a biggie.
We saw. I wake up about 8 o'clock in the morning or something.
I can't even remember. It might have been like 11 or 12 because I finished at like 2 o'clock. He got some fucking thing, bro.
Right. That was a good miss. That was a stroll in the park. Some people say it's a forced march. No, listen. That was a stroll in the park.
Oh, James L. Just subbed to your spud. Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, you did definitely, Jack.
I'll be at the Wild Bull Bar this Sunday, Sarge. I've got a week's strike. So I'm at the Spud Lee channel. I've got another channel.
Yeah, tell the people. Tell the peeps.
Oh, no, don't sub to me. You'll get offended somehow. No, but yeah, Spud Lee, just Spud Lee, 2 words, SPUDLEE. I'm reviving the channel. I've been away too much time at the Wild Bull Bar and fucked up and got a strike. So I'm back at Spud Lee for a while. Yeah. I set myself on fire accidentally. Set myself on fire. Just fucking around, just set myself on fire. Didn't mean to. And I got a strike for it. Fucking last Sunday.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I still got a blister on my finger from the cunt.
Well, that's decent too. What were you doing fucking around with petrol or something?
No, I had me flamethrower finished. It emptied. So I found another one I had. It was
thanks, Milky. Milky just posted your other channel.
Oh, thank you, brother Milky. Cheers, cunt. God bless you. I found them. I just set myself up. The can nearly fucking exploded. I had to throw it like a fucking Molotov cocktail. Fucking hands on fire, my legs on fire. Fucking, then I get a strike. Not long afterwards.
Oh,
or unless it was something I fucking said. Crikey.
Oh shit, mate! I didn't know that part.
Oh, Rickadelli legends.
I'm sunburnt, fellas. Only one day above 30. Had to make the most of it. Oh, wizard! Fuck in the army, mate. If you got sunburnt too fucking bad, right, and it impacts your job some way, shape, or form, you could be charged for fucking self-harm. No sunburn.
Is Fisho still in the chat? I just want to say thank you again, Fish. That was so open and honest. Fucking God bless you, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking cheers.
He just fucking spelled it all out. He didn't hold nothing back. It was just raw truth. It was good. It's refreshing. That's what people need to hear. Help them say fuck. I don't know.
Fucking oath. Yeah.
Oh, we got someone. Who we got? Hey.
Who we got here? Who's turned
G'day,
up?
Bills.
Go, mate. G'day, little big brother.
G'day,
Hey, dude.
G'day, Spud. How are we?
Hey, mate.
Fucking good now. Always a pleasure to see you.
Yep.
Okay, I thought I'd jump up, come over Billy with you. I wanted to say that Fisher, he had a hectic story, didn't he? Intense. Very intense. But no, he's got some good strategies and stuff to deal with the anxieties and that too. Good to see he's on the right path.
What's that? I need to do that again. I missed so much of that story. There's still more. Fuck. Well, that's all right, mate. We can do it again next Saturday or fucking Thursday or something. Friday, I'll probably stick to my bloody review on my army shit and then opening the panel because I think a lot of people really enjoy that part of it. So but definitely Saturday, mate. We can jump up and do that again. More to tell, mate. More to inspire. Mate, we got up to 39 there. It was pretty constant. 39 people listening to that story. So that was pretty fucking good. I thought it's impressive. We still got 30 in the chat now. So that's unreal. You know? Great.
Well, Sarge, I'm gonna rip this one, mate, and I'm gonna get back onto the phone call. But appreciate you.
Yeah. No, thanks for coming up, mate. Thanks for coming up, Jules. I appreciate it. I'm not going to go too long tonight, guys, because I'm fucked, mate. I went massive last night, and I've only had fucking, not really. I sort of laid in bed and tossed and turned, looked at the fucking roof, looked at the fire detector, look at the light on the floor from the fire detector, look at the other wall. Right, it's 8:30. I'm getting up. You know. 100%. Maybe next time should do question time. Yeah, fuck it. If you want that, yeah, mate. I'm sure people have got 100 questions to ask you, bro. You know, I had a lot of questions, but I didn't want to. You know, I wanted you to keep flowing through. I didn't want to pull you up too much, but I had fucking millions, especially about that goddamn rapist. Fuck. I was like, that was crazy shit, bro. Who was that kind of? Had people heard of him before? When he mentioned his name, it wasn't a familiar name I heard through the news or anything, but what a fucking putrid, hey, fuck.
Yeah, 100.
That's crazy to have that in
Cruise,
your house.
mate.
All right, Jules, thanks, mate. Enjoy your night, bro. Big love.
You too, bro.
Hello, mate. God bless you, Jamie.
Yeah.
I'm going to change signs.
What's that?
Oh, I thought I put the 420 out, mate. There we go.
I'm happy to answer them all, no doubt, mate. I think everybody got a good little insight, mate, into who Fish01 is, mate. And you could tell straight away that it was just raw. It was just raw from the start. You know, it was, I think, you know, people would love to ask you a couple of questions, bro. For sure.
Would you like to come back on panel, Fish? How you feeling, brother Fish? What's that VHS last of Charlie C? What's that? My kids bashed those and they never failed. VHS. What have I missed there? What were your thoughts? No, I'm gonna have a look.
Milky. I was disappointed. It was underwhelming, mate. It looked like Mike Tyson had 20 kilo leg weights to his legs, bro. He couldn't move. You know, speed and power starts with your legs when it comes to boxing, as you well know. It was disappointing, underwhelming, mate. Biting the glove. What's people's thoughts on him biting his fucking glove every time he got glove tapped? Some people were saying that it was to try and fix his mouth guard up. Other people were saying he's trying to clench his jaw muscles to bring the blood down to try and, you know, keep the dizzy. You know, when you get fucking knocked. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't dribbler. What, you know, the best fight of the night? For me? Oh, fuck, it was the Indian guy. I'm not being racist, but this is what when we were watching it was Spud, I was calling it the Indian guy versus MS-13 guy. If you watch the pre-fights, you'll know who the fuck I'm talking about. The Indian guy got the MS-13 looking guy. I say that because when the dude set up, he had the braids, he looked like he was straight out of fucking MS-13. And there's this Indian guy. And I remember we were watching it, I'm like, fucking India? I've never fucking heard of a boxer from fucking India. I never heard of a boxer from India. And then he came out and fucking belted this guy. It was great. I think it was the best fight of the night for me.
The best fight I thought, the best ticket fight I thought was them two Sheilas punching on before the main event.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was awesome. She
Yeah,
looked
that
like she had a
Irish chick
third eye.
leave
Just
the fucking
opened her up.
Yeah, she opened up
That
the Puerto Rican chick, or the Puerto Rico girl. That island. You fit a little finger in that fucking cut, man. It was a good one.
Yeah, that was a boomer cut, man. And she didn't swell up. She'd have a boom at like when she wakes up, right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be sore tomorrow. Trying to put Dad's point back to spot. Stopped on DK. I remember doing that at mates' places, though. Like, back in the day, the only way you could see porn back when I was young, like 12, 13, was you went into the news agency and you fucking flogged a penthouse or a Playboy. Or I think Hustler, but they were in plastic and, you know. Or you go to your mate's place and he'd know where his dad had a VHS stashed up in the old fucking bedroom cupboard, bro. And you'd play it. And you go, fuck, remember the numbers because you got to rewind it back to where it was. When DK said that, I remember lads doing that, bro. Trying to put that porn back. It's stopped on.
Yeah, if you were smart enough, you'd set the counter on the old Akai. You had a counter.
Yeah, that's right.
That was easy.
Oh, remember Graham Kennedy? Throw that VHS in the old ABB. You remember that? The old Australia's Funniest Videos when Graham Kennedy used to run it back in the day.
Oh, that was funny as fuck. Hey, that was good stuff, man.
It was when it was good, then it went stupid. What's that? Tyson said it himself.
Can I give my opinion on the fight in less than a minute? Tyson got paid $20 million. Tyson would have knocked the cunt out in the first 30 seconds, but they said the fight wasn't official unless it went 4 rounds. Of course, the old cunt's fucked after that. But he made it for 10. God bless him. Got 20 million for a Netflix movie. Not a bad earn for an old fucker.
Well, we all know how much Tyson loves his weed, so we know he's in a club somewhere right now, high as fuck.
Oh, yeah. He's laughing. He's laughing.
Right? Yeah. You know, just put another $20 million into the fucking, you know, the, what do you call it, generational fucking wealth that he's earning for his family.
And, yeah, oh, mate, he could have destroyed him in the first 30 seconds. He was handicapped by the laws, the rules. Unfortunate for Tyson. God bless him.
Yeah, it was fucked. When he watches that back later on, he's going to be pretty fucking underwhelmed, probably not happy. I'll laugh out loud at him. You know,
20 million.
I hate that guy.
I think he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Charlie C said,
Tyson. Sorry. Go for
it. Yeah. I just reading that comment.
Tyson, he was spinning his ear in the first round. I could have had you in the first 30 seconds or 5 seconds, cunt. He got in close and whispered to him, I could have had you in the first couple of seconds, cunt. Okay.
Yeah. It was so weird because he was throwing that jab and weaving like fucking way out of the reach of me. You know, it just didn't seem like he was.
He was acting. He was acting for 20 million. He wasn't allowed to clean him up.
It looked like it looked like to me. It looked like the last 2 weeks he's trained too hard and he peaked too early or something. I don't know. But
it's Netflix. It's all scripted, brother. Come on, Sarge.
I know. I'm just fucking caught it. I was throwing it out there because I wanted to see that fucking Jake Paul fucking jaw broken in half.
Oh, didn't you see the sparring match before that? Him and Jake Paul. Tyson destroyed Jake Paul in the sparring ring. fucking destroyed him before the fight.
Haven't
Like,
seen that. Ooh, no. Fuck. What's going on? And chill up. Penalty. My kids have no idea. Sitting next to the radio, fucking on board. I was at work, thinking when the girls finished and could tell by their faces it was a good fight. Charlie Tyson, Dad. That's on his bed was my go-to. Forgot about the SBS late night subtitle movies. 8 2-minute rounds. They didn't do anything for the first 40 to 50 seconds of each round. It was just a payday. Yeah, James. He said he has a bite fetish, is why he kept biting his glove. Fuck, that's why he had to nibble an older vein of Hollywood deer, right? When he got close to Jake there, when he came in for that first clinch, I thought, don't you do it. It looked like he's going for a old hero. The slap was the hardest thing thrown. It was. That slap that he threw at the weigh-in was the hardest right hook he threw. Isn't that a tick or a sign of autism, biting a glove? Maybe. But he didn't do it throughout all his fights. They said that he just did it through some, but yeah, maybe. I've never thought of that. I don't know much about autism. So, what are you doing tonight, Spud?
not chewing me glove, that's a fucking sure. No,
You are?
just chilling out it. Not chewing my glove, that's for sure. No, I'm just getting baked. I got a full carton of piss and just smelled up a shitload of weed. So I'm gonna settle in. What are you up to? How long are you hanging around for?
Oh, mate, I'm probably going to wrap it up in the next 10.
All right.
Yeah, I'm having an early one because Mel's just about finished cooking dinner. I've got to have a feed. I'm fucking starving. And then I've got to take the boy to work.
All right. Yeah. Don't forget to do that. Mate, I'll probably go on about excuse me. I'll probably go on in about 15 minutes after you finish at the Spud Lee channel.
Okay, I'll whack that fucking link back up, everybody. So Spud wants to crack on after this. We're gonna hang out for another 5 or 10 minutes, have a few billies, and then Spud will probably disappear for 5 or 10, set up a fucking a live, and then get over there with Spud and play some tunes, have a chat, solve the problems of the world, rip up Billy Legends. There it is, right.
Billy.
There it is.
Jeez.
That's the right one, isn't it? Yep, that's the right one, eh?
I don't know. Fracko's pretty good at dropping links. You'll probably get rickrolled if you look at that.
There's one there.
Right. Thanks, Murphy.
So he's got the fingers going up like that. But he had that straight after it. No, this look, that one there.
Yeah, you know when Milky's dropping a link, you can't miss it. Yeah, I do requests too. If I can get away with it, I'll roll it. Don't be shy to put in a request. When I'm doing my live, don't be shy to put in a request.
To the people, to the chat.
Yeah, to the chat. And I'm asking you too, Sarge. What song would you like to hear tonight if you drop in?
I mean, I suppose, for the people and for yourself, I can really relate to the song. I mean, Red Gum Eyes Only 19's always a cracker for me, mate.
Oh yeah. That'd be a nice opening.
I know you play that throughout the night anyway. Usually pops in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'll find a spot for it all the time. And we'll do one for Frack. We'll do the choppers from Long Tan for Frank.
What? Oh, yeah. What's that one? Sorry, the what?
It's a cold chisel cover by Red Gum called Long Tan.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep. I've heard that. Is it who's the other one? The guys that rapped the song too. Is that?
Oh, that's the Herd. The Herd.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard that version. Was you playing that, mate? That's
You
cool.
like that one, Sarge? You like that too, do you?
It's just a, you know, it's a different delivery, mate. So it hits different.
Mm,
No, it's good.
fucking hell. Jeez.
So yeah,
Jeez,
everyone,
Frank.
nearly 30 people here. Get over there, fucking finish your Saturday night over with the fucking Wild Bull Bar. What Spud Lee, man? Get over there, support. One of the best channels on
Thank
YouTube.
you. Thank you, legends. God bless you.
Okay.
Sarge, I'm gonna rip a belly and I'll get ready, mate.
Fucking
Thank you, brother.
no worries. Thank
Oh,
you. Thanks for
Fisho.
coming up, mate. You didn't leave me hang. I
Thank you,
appreciate
brother.
it, bro.
Thanks for hosting. And Fisho, fucking, I can't wait for part 2, brother Fish. Fucking oath, Jeffy.
Excellent. Here's to you, Spud. Here's to your chat. Have a good night. I'm gonna rip a belly. Oh. Yeah.
Rip a belly. 20 tang gang. 20 tang gang. See you, legends. See you, Sarge.
See you,
See
Spud.
chat. God bless you. See you,
God
mate.
bless you. Love, mate.
Peace.
Gonna make a video now. Full moon with P90 camera. Gonna link you. Gonna link you up, Sarge. Hope you gain some crazy subscribers from me, bro. Fuck, appreciate you, Frank. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Nothing like a full moon, baby. P900 camera, but he know me. Yeah, right. No, thanks, man. Thanks for thinking about it. For the channel, I appreciate it. Thanks, Frank. Tyson looked like he was crying when he walked out after the match. His daughter, yeah, that's right, mate. His daughter died in that horrible accident. Milky cheese cunts. Cheers, everybody. I want to play the truths. God bless. See you all. Yeah, thanks, Frank. See you, James. Appreciate it. Dribbler, thanks, mate. Charlie, see everybody. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks, guys. I can smell it. It's my favourite steak. I was cooking it. Fucking delicious. My stomach's doing backflips. Googly tang tang. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thanks heaps. Okay, so there's a link there, guys. Spud's over there getting busy now, booking his live in. It's always a good time over there. You'll definitely fucking have a good laugh and a good time. Again, thanks for tuning in, listening to Fisho, Jeff's story. I hope somebody got some help, inspiration out of that, or just enjoyed, listening to somebody, speak their truth, speak their life, because it helps them too. Like I said, the more you talk about stuff out loud to other people, it does it sort of, because as you're talking about it, you process it through, and it's just all little things that just helps keep you on track. So, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to love yous and leave yous all. To the rewatchers, I appreciate you. I'll probably see you around the traps tomorrow, Sunday. We'll be doing something somewhere. Somebody will be doing something. I'll see you there. Made some memories, Sarge. Look after yourself, mate. Thanks, Milky. Same to you, bro. Big love. And 420, bro. All right, guys. I'm going to call it quits there, okay? So, thanks again for your support. It fucking means heaps to me. This is important stuff, I think, It's just it just helps everybody, I think. It's feel good stuff, I think we need more of it. All right, guys, that's my 2 cents for tonight. Okay, thanks. Love yous. Bye.